This evening on Sky Sports, Warrington and Hull KR open up round 11 of the Betfred Super League under the gaze of Brian Bevan, Rugby League's greatest ever try scorer, who, like the rest of us, will be keeping a close eye on a man closing in on a significant Super League scoring feat.
History in the making for Ryan Hall, his 200th Super League try.
Well, Ryan Hall scored his first Super League points nearly 17 years ago. 246 tries later, he stands one try off the record set by his former teammate Danny Maguire. Might we tonight see him equal or even break that magical number? He will, though, be the first to tell you individual records in a team sport are secondary. And for Hull KR, nothing is more important than the 2 competition points available now against Warrington. A side that will be keen to improve on recent performances and keep pace at the top of what is a remarkable Betfred Super League table. Well, the Wolves and Robins, 2 of 6 clubs on 14 points over a third of the way into this Betfred Super League season. Just 4 points separating the champions Wigan on top and Ian Watson's Huddersfield Giants down in 8th position. Lee and Castleford cut off. You would imagine at this stage for Hull FC and London, their chance is gone, well gone. Well, what will round 11 bring? Castleford and Lee currently cut adrift from the playoff race. They'll have it all to do to change that tomorrow. Saints travelling to the Jungle while the 6th place Red Devils head to the Leopards. Arena in action at 7:55 p.m. for those 2 on Saturday, with the Giants hosting the Warriors in the afternoon, followed by the Rhinos' trip to Perpignan to face the Dragons. Round 11 ends on Sunday in London, with the bottom 2 clashing on Sky Sports Action. Yes, good evening and welcome to the Halliwell Jones Stadium, bathed in sunshine on this beautiful May day and all set for round 11 of the Betfred Super League. We're joined by Sam Tompkins and a very nervous Danny Maguire. More on that shortly. Let's kick it all off, though, by going to Jenna, who has got a news roundup for us. Jenna.
Yeah, evening, Brian. Isn't this weather absolutely divine? Okay, I just want to start with John Asiata, who this week has apologised to the Lee Leopards, their sponsors and supporters for comments he made in a press release that was sent out by his new club, Hull FC, last week. He insists that he thought that that release, that statement, had been agreed with the Lee Leopards. The timing of it anyway. Derek Beaumont, the club's owner, has also, or he's hit out saying that Asiata's new club has thrown him under the bus. When it comes to the Lee Leopards, Brian, and Hull FC, the story continues, doesn't it? Just today, news broke that Zach Hardacre is the latest Lee Leopards player who has signed on the dotted line. Looks like he'll be playing for the Black and Whites next season. What about the Lee Leopards head coach Adrian Lamb? He continues to be linked with a move to the Black and Whites. In fact, Lamb this week admitted to having conversations with Richie Myler and the club. He does insist he hasn't made a decision on his future. We know that he is his contract's up at the end of this season. His son, Lachlan Lamb, well, he is being linked with a move back to the NRL with clubs the Bulldogs, the Titans and the Roosters, all possible destinations for Lamb. So Lachlan Lamb could be headed down under. Jack de Belin maybe making a move to Super League. It's believed that he is being offered to clubs this side of the world. Elliot Whitehead could be returning to Super League. He is being linked with the Black and Whites, and he's also being linked with a return to the Catalan Dragons. So it looks like Whitehead will be finishing his career in Super League. Now, Jack Brown, well, he has left Hull FC for Hull KR. He is on the bench here tonight in a move that has made Yusuf Aiden's loan move to Hull FC permanent. And finally, Brian Tiaki Chen, well, he joins Hull FC on loan from Wigan. There you go.
Jenna, thank you very much. It is the Hull FC show. Well, I'll tell you what, Richie Myler, the new director of rugby, he has not come quietly back into Super League. He might say, if you're going to make an omelette, you've got to break some eggs.
You've got to be brave in this game, Brian. I think you've got to make moves. You've got to be busy. You've got to look to be in the market for all the best players. But I think it's really important that don't forget about building a foundation. I think it's important you get good people that want to work hard, that want to get better, that almost lay a base for your environment, and then obviously the marquee players can come on top of that.
Zach Hardacre announced. Jenna said there's still some speculation as to whether Lachlan Lamb, Adrian Lamb may themselves end up over there, or Lachlan may go back down under. But it's not been a quiet time for Hull FC fans. They'll be delighted with that. And in terms of stories, we're certainly getting from Hull FC and Richie Myler some good footage and some good narratives.
Yeah, he's not making any friends, and he's picked on the wrong one with Sam Burgess last week, didn't he? Yeah, this is a team that needs big change. You know, Richie Myler's gone in and made a difference. That's one man you wouldn't be standing in front of in a little narrow tunnel after what happened last week. But, you know, Hull FC fans will be happy with all this news, all this controversy. Can they get Zach Hardacre? Can they get Lamb? Can they get Lachlan Lamb? You know, that's what Hull FC fans need to hear, because on the field, they're seeing nothing but bad news.
Yeah, you can adopt that siege mentality, but you end up having to deliver.
Ultimately, that's what we're all here for. That's what everyone's in the game for, to be successful. But I'm a big believer in you've got to build from the bottom. You've got to build that foundation with your juniors, your youth, get the right people in there, and then the Asiatas of this world are the gems that sort of put the icing on the cake.
Speculation when we were going through a list of possible coaching candidates that you might head towards Hull FC or might be approached. Any truth in that? No truth in that? Any desire to be a head coach in the immediate future?
Still lots of desire. Not quite ready for it yet. Lots of respect for Hull FC as a club. No dialogue, and you know, once you've spent time in Hull in rugby league, you're either one or the other, and I'm red and white, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, well, at the moment it is the black and white side of Hull who are having a difficult season outside of the top six. Hull KR firmly ensconced in a quite remarkable top six when we look at it. We are 10 rounds into the season. Of course, Wigan have played a game less. We have all 6 sides at the top in the playoff places tied on 14 points. Never before in the history of competition this late into the season have we had a picture that looks like that.
Yeah, that graphic's outstanding. I think when we set out with the salary cap and the Super League a number of years ago, that's kind of the competition that we wanted to see. We wanted to see teams being able to beat each other, the competition with that unpredictability, and I think we're getting that. It's great to see, and I think tonight's match is going to be, you know, very similar to what we're seeing there. It's really hard to predict.
Worth emphasising, not just those sides being in the top 6, but jostling for those top 3 positions. We brought this stat up a few weeks ago on Sky Sports. You've got an 81% chance of making a grand final if you finish between 1st and 3rd position.
Yeah, it's massive, and you know what we're seeing with all those teams on the same points is what we want. We want people to come to rugby league games and see Super League games and not know who's going to win, and we've got more of those opportunities this year than ever before. But yeah, that top 3 is a massive advantage.
Importantly, we not just need a competitive top 6, but we need people knocking on the door of the top 6, because we've got no relegation, of course, this year. That race for playoff positions is all important in storytelling between now and the end of the season. Thankfully, we have Huddersfield and Leeds just outside the top 6. Yourself and Lee, who had that first draw of the season last week, are you writing off your season in terms of making the top 6, or is that a daft question to ask?
I think there's always an element of realism where we are. We're striving for consistency. We want to compete every week. We want to be in the thick of things. We want to have some scalps towards the end of the season. I think Lee, talking about Lee, I think their table position is probably not correct for where they're at, if that makes sense. I think they're probably should be a little bit higher up with the quality that they've got. But you know, we're going to go out every week and try and get some scalps without a doubt.
Danny expecting Lee to head up alongside Huddersfield and Leeds and challenge those top 6 sides. You see that, Sam?
Yeah, I'd agree with Danny on that. I think early on in the year they had some well-documented injuries which played a big part in some of the results. As they've got a few bodies back, they're looking like they can kick into shape. Yeah,
you're looking nervously over your shoulder at cross-field kicks. Think how I feel. You can at least catch them.
For us.
Lucky I've got Joe Burgess here. He'll look after me.
What a transition he's had since he moved to Hull KR. Just a quick word on that. That's another great in-season signing from Willie Peters.
Outstanding. You know, what Joe's got, he's got that natural ability to, once he gets through a line, he strides so long. He's 6'2", his stride length's about 4 metres. towering over you there, Brian. And, you know, I've played with Joe for a long time at Wigan. He's one of the players, give him a little bit of space, he'll create something on his own, and that's what's made this Hull KR side so good this year. They've got a lot of those glittered throughout the 17 every single week.
And that is bringing a smile to their supporters. There has been lots of smiles around the Halliwell Jones Stadium here as well. These are two sets of fans that I hope they're looking like this come October, and maybe a grand final appearance. Warrington, of course, have been there before. Hull KR yet to appear in Super League's big day, but they will have experience last year of making a Challenge Cup final under coach Willie Peters. And of course, Sam Burgess hoping to bring these to the big day. So into the Challenge Cup semi-finals, held off the top of the table by points difference alone and beaten just once in their last 5. What's not to like about the Wolves' progress through the season so far? Not a lot would be the immediate response, but a microscope on their last 3 performances might suggest there is work still to be done by Sam Burgess to mould these men into title contenders. Tonight they face a side aspiring to similar end-of-season fortunes. Well, speaking of Sam Burgess, let's hear from Sam Burgess. We missed him last week. Let's hear from Sam. I hope he's there with Jenna.
He certainly is here, Brian. Thank you very much. Sam, you beat Hull KR back in round 4. 2 months on, does that count for anything?
Not really. I mean, that was a great game back then in poor conditions. Thankfully tonight it's dry. It's been warmer here, so hopefully we'll see a faster game. But I think that game could have gone either way earlier in the year, and you know, expecting much the same today. They're a great side and been in some good form the last couple of months, couple of weeks, so it should be a good game.
What is it going to take to beat them?
Oh, it's going to team effort really, and everyone to do their job. So, you know, they're no easy beats. So, you know, we've got to be good, no doubt about that. Hopefully the crowd get going and we create a great atmosphere. But no, we're really looking forward to it. We've had a couple of short turnarounds. We've enjoyed that challenge, so we'll enjoy the game tonight.
Last week we did see a little altercation in the tunnel with Richie Myler. Have you heard from him? Have you spoken to him this week?
No, I think we'll all just move on from that. So, yeah, time to move on.
He did say in his press conference that it was down to mixed communication. A week on, would you agree?
I'm not going to give it any more air than it needs. I'm sure he'd like that. I'm not into it, so I'll just move on. We've got a great challenge tonight. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere and hopefully a great performance from both sides, and we get the round 11 off to a great start.
And the sun is shining and you are smiling. Good luck, Sam Burgess.
Yes, thank you very much. Have a good night.
I cannot wait till Warrington meet Hull FC again later in the summer. I cannot wait.
It's going to be brilliant, isn't it? I think we need to get Sam Burgess and Richie Myler joint interview just before kick-off.
Side by side. OK, Sam is putting that behind them. Let's focus on Sam Burgess and the Warrington Wolves. I ask people, are they different? How are they different? And the word keeps coming back to me. Yes, they are. They're resilient. What say you, Danny Maguire? You've coached against them this year.
I just love what Sam Burgess says there, and imagine being a player and getting coached by someone of Sam Burgess's calibre. And we're talking about resilience, we're talking about consistency, and that's what Sam Burgess had throughout his career. And such a great player, and he's having a big influence on this team. There's no getting away from that. But for me, they are still a little bit away from title contenders, in my opinion.
Yes, and so tonight becomes all important for them because they're going up against a side who had a remarkable couple of weeks, winning against Wigan and winning against St Helens. Warrington, in the same time, maybe stuttered in the last 3 games against Lee, against Salford, and here last week against Hull FC. Yeah,
a little bit. I think Warrington have got a bit more steel about them this year. I don't think we've seen the best of them. I can see that Warrington will improve, but they're coming up against a side that are so high on confidence. You know, they've been and smashed St Helens last week. You know, they're going to roll in here and expect to get a convincing win over Warrington, but you know, at home Warrington can be dangerous.
They get a couple of, 3 big names back in for them. James Harrison comes back in for Warrington, Jordy Crowther, and of course Matty Ashton on the wing, which will add more strike to that side. That push past with relative ease, push past Hull FC.
Yeah, I think they're 3 huge inclusions. I'm a big fan of Harrison up front. I think the transition from playing championship, 2 or 3 seasons ago, to being one of the best props in the competition now. Big fan of Matty Ashton, big fan of Josh Thuel, this young English outside backs, and I think they're going to have a big influence on the game tonight.
Josh Thuel's hat-trick hero against Hull FC last week, and Matty Ashton back in the side. They are the wingers for tonight's game. Let's focus then on the opposition, Hull KR. Well, their coach, Willie Peters, refuses to get carried away with the back-to-back wins his side have just registered against St. Helens, and before that, the champions Wigan. A round 8 hammering against the Dragons, all too fresh in the memories of a club and players striving for consistency of performance that will carry them all the way to October's grand final. But make no mistake, the last 2 results for the Robins sent a signal around Super League. It might only be made, but Mikey and the gang are now looking like the real deal. Yes, we look forward to seeing superstar halfback Mikey Lewis strut his stuff here on the Super League stage on Sky Sports. Let's hear from his coach, Willie Peters, now with Gemma.
Thanks very much, Brian. Willie, are you aware that tonight, with a win, history could be made because Hull KR will go top of Super League for the very first time?
Oh, that would be nice, but it's not where you start, it's where you finish. So, you know, it would be nice, but we've got 80 minutes we're up against a good team tonight, so we need to perform well.
And what does a good performance look like?
I think consistency, what we've been doing the last 2 weeks. You know, we've been building a lot of pressure. We probably didn't start the way we wanted to last week. I think, you know, letting tries in after we scored tries is not good enough, especially against quality teams. So we want to have a good start tonight, but we want to maintain that. You know, we need to get our defence in order. That's probably the area that we want to improve on last week. We let some soft tries in.
Elliot Minchella misses out with that groin injury. Will he be back in time for the semi-final next week?
Yeah, I should hope so. He's just got to take it easy early on in the week. We've got a big turnaround, so yeah, at the moment I'd say he'd be okay.
Were you tempted in resting any players?
Not at all. No, it's a big game. It's early on in the year. We're coming up against a very good team, and yeah, we didn't enter my mind.
Willie Peters, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, Willie Peters suggesting during the week that he learned lessons from last year, resting a lot of his side before the Challenge Cup Challenge Cup final against Lee. Got beaten heavily by Wigan. Couldn't really get their Super League campaign back on track immediately after that defeat in London against Lee. Let's talk about Ryan Hall, your career and Ryan Hall's career. They've been intertwined, grew up together at Leeds, of course finished at Hull KR together. He's on the cusp of breaking your incredible record of 247 Super League tries. He's sitting on 246. And just a word for the man who's sitting in third, Josh Charnley, today, signing a 1-year extension with Lee. He's on 236 and will no doubt have his eyes on that record. But just a word about Ryan. When he scored last week against St. Helens, easing T. Ritson out of the way, it was destined to be maybe tonight here on Sky in front of you.
I think you've set me up tonight, Brian. I wonder why I got the call to come on tonight. You know, he's been an unbelievable player, Ryan, and I think the special thing about Ryan is he's been a great try scorer, he's been a great finisher, but I think he's most appreciated for his toughness and his ability out of backfield. You know, back in your day, Brian, it was all about try scoring, not that long ago. But the wingers are expected to be
I know what you mean.
tougher out of backfield, and he's probably stronger in that area. He's an unbelievable player. He's done things his own way as well. He's a different character, but a great teammate, and records are always there to be broken, and you know, I've held the mantle for a while now, so I'll be happy to hand it over, although a little disappointed at the same time.
Says he through gritted teeth. But between yourself and Ryan Hall, of course, the Leeds Rhinos, you gave us one of the most memorable Super League moments in the race for the 2015 League Leaders Shield. Your memories of this?
Remember it like it was yesterday. Probably the most excited, most special moment I've ever felt on a rugby field. Just thought, you know what, why not? Sometimes you've got to take risks, and luckily for us that night it paid off, and it's probably one of the best moments in Super League, in my opinion.
What do you think of when you think of Ryan Hall, Sam?
Consistency. He's been doing this for 17 years, this fella. You know, he's the only winger that's not had to adapt his game. You know, you see your Tommy Makinsons, your Tom Johnsons, you know, incredible acrobatics to score in corners. Ryan Hall doesn't need to do that. He's so big, so strong, and that's why he's so good in backfield, as Danny referenced before. But consistency for me. He's played in a great Leeds team with people like Danny inside him, giving him opportunities, but the work he's had to do himself to score some tries puts him right up there.
Well, let's go from the individual to the collective. Consistency, and staying on that theme. Hull KR strive for consistency. It's a point that Willie Peters made. If you look at the last 2 performances, there was consistency across that, beating Wigan and St. Helens. But that came after a demolition they suffered in the south of France against Perpignan. It's closing down the difference between these very bad days and the great days they had just 7 days later.
Yeah, totally agree. And I think consistency for me is about not getting bored, doing the little things. you know, repeating the tackle technique, the core skills of the game over and over again, and not getting bored with it, and delivering when it matters. And I think Hull KR over the last few years, the consistency has improved, but probably not still on the levels of your Wigans and your St Helens, and that's where they're striving for. Willie is probably one of the most demanding coaches I've ever worked with, and he's striving for that consistency and that competition every week, and you know, they're not far off. They are not far off.
So tonight will be another benchmark for them, because their record against the top three, and we'll say Wigan, St Helens and Catalan, or that is not too bad. They've played 13, won 6, lost 7. You'd say that's pretty acceptable for a side that are contenders and outside the top 3 at the moment. But their record against the other sides that finished last year in the top 6, so you're talking about Lee and Warrington, and this year sitting inside the top 6, as well as the big 3 and Hull KR, which will be Warrington and Salford, is pretty miserable. Played 9, just won 2 of those.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between the top sides. You know, it's easy getting up against the big teams. Play your Wigans, your Saints. You know you're going to put a performance in. It's having that same mentality, that same routine, that same rigour, no matter who you're playing. You know, there's going to be teams at the bottom that this team can beat, you know, playing 6, 7 out of 10. But those teams that are just below, the ones that they're struggling against, I think that's when they've not got that consistency and they're not quite competing on a level they would be had it been a top 3 side.
Okay, consistency is the theme word of tonight, and I'm sure that's what Sam Burgess and Willie Peters will be demanding from their charges. We are minutes away from kicking off round 11 of the Betfred Super League here at the Halliwell Jones Stadium, home of the Wire. The visitors tonight, the Robins and Ryan Hall. He's on the cusp of a Super League record. Will he break it? Will the Robins win? You'll find out with us here on Sky Sports shortly.
The Origin legend continues, the latest renewal of Australia's greatest sporting rivalry. To'o! Getting it down and scoring, Tiana Penatari! Naito comes after it and playing the great Origin try! And El Chapo's in, New South Wales are back. Here's a chip kick, it's a try to Queensland! Towards the line and score! The hammer! He's done it again! Queensland hit back! Here they come.
It's that magical Origin time of the year again. You'll see them all here on Sky Sports. Game 1 for the women's and the men's. May 16th, June the 5th. Make a note of the dates. 10 a.m. Sky Sports Action, and 10 a.m. again on Sky Sports Action June 5th for the men's game. Under Michael Maguire, New South Wales for the first time. Well, Warrington edged their round 4 meeting earlier this year. In fact, Hull KR coach Willie Peters yet to taste victory over the Wire in 3 attempts. Standing in the way of his high-flying Robins is this 17 selected by Sam Burgess and ratified by the RFL. 3 changes to the squad that beat Hull FC, 24 points to 6. Into the starting lineup comes straight back James Harrison in the front row and Maddie Ashton on the wing. Geordie Crowther recalled on the bench by coach Burgess. Well, Hull KR's last outing was at 40 points to 20 victory over St Helens. And did though come at a cost, as you will have heard before the break. Elliot Minchella misses out with a groin injury. Sam Luckley with a hand injury. So in comes George King, recalled by coach Willie Peters, and Jack Brown, a boyhood Robins fan, signed on a 2.5-year deal from Hull FC, for whom he played here last week in round 10. Well, consistency was a theme pre the break as a collective and as individuals, and George Williams, Sam Tompkins, is Mr. Consistency.
He is, he's absolutely that, and that's why he's the captain of this Warrington Wolves side. You know, when George first came on the scene a few years ago, he couldn't be described as consistent. Individually, he was brilliant. He wasn't a great communicator. He didn't have great game management. Now, that's completely different to the man that we see today. He's consistent in the way that he leads his group around. He kicks the ball into the right areas. He guides the team so well. And I think, Danny, that's where Mikey Lewis has got to put another level on his game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree anymore, Sam. I'm a massive fan of George Williams. Mikey Lewis is still evolving, he's still learning, he's still growing as a player. But boy, what a player he is. He competes. And I think Mikey's best quality is he just wants to win. He'll do anything to win. He reminds me a lot of what he was like when you first burst onto the scene. He's scrapping and fighting for every inch and probably annoys a lot of people. but he's because he's such a good player, he's such a good kid, and he's only going to get better as well.
Two of the superstars of the Betfred Super League, George Williams of the Warrington Wolves and Mikey Lewis of Hull KR. Two men capable of breaking open the tightest of games. That may be what they're asked to do here today as the Wolves and the Robins clash for the second time in 2024. First one went the way of the wire. The Robins are out tonight for revenge.
George Williams, well, he's back with a bang. Oh, my word. Oh, big shot. Whack. Pressure coming. They've got it. What a beautiful step from Lewis. He gets it away to Nicholson. Wow. Look what it means to the Robins. An absolute cracker here, the Halliwell Jones.
Sam Burgess, Danny Maguire, you both agreed that Warrington have some questions to ask after their performances over the last 3 weeks. Will they answer them tonight in the affirmative? Who wins this one? Sam, we'll start with you.
I think the Robins are flying too high. They're going to come and get a win by 10.
I've got my red and white t-shirt under this, Brian. I'm going for a Rovers win with a Mikey Lewis drop goal to win the game.
You understandably have tremendous affection for the Hull KR club. And just a word for their travelling supporters who had that distance to travel today and who are in full voice.
Yeah, through thick and thin, probably the best fans in the competition, in my opinion. Really supportive and get behind the boys, as you can see in the numbers tonight.
I'm not sure there's a group of fans enjoying themselves more in rugby league in this period of the competition than those that support the Robins. Let's get straight to our commentary team for the first half. Standing by are Terry O'Connor, and we'll say good evening to Mark Wilson.
Yeah, good evening, Brian. 6 teams start round 11, level on 14 points. 2 of them are on show tonight. One of them will end the night on top of the table, but who will it be? Will it be the Wolves who complete an early season double over the Robins, or will Hull KR make it to the Super League summit? Round 11 of the Betfred Super League is underway. Warrington against Hull KR here on a lovely evening at the Halliwell Jones, and the Robins looking to build on those wins over Wigan and St Helens. Can they do it on the road? We'll find out tonight. What a game in prospect.
Yeah, outstanding conditions and outstanding performances from Hull KR. And you said, can they do it? Well, what they've shown against Saints and Wiggins, well, they can mix it with the big boys. The manner in which they won those games really did inspire the fans that were there. But, you know, to stop this Warrington side, you've got to stop the threat to the likes of Williams, Walker and Duffy. It's easier said than done, though.
It is. As the Robins bring the ball over their 30-metre line. To the 40 they go. No Minchella tonight, will be a blow. As here is Lewis from right on the 40-metre line. He'll send it high downfield. Dufty, the match winner at Craven Park when these two met earlier in the season. He brings it back and he's met just outside the 20.
Yeah, round 4, just a 2-point loss for Hull KR against this Warrington side. But Willie Peters was saying in the interview with Jenna Brooks at the start of the game that they've got to start better. They scored 2 tries last week against Saints on the back of the kickoffs. They conceded, and that's what I mean about Danny Walker, the threat that he poses from dummy half.
Great tackle from Hadley. Here, bringing it forward is King. The Wolves are over halfway here on their first set with ball in hand. Dusty will carry it, tries to bump off one, but he's wrapped up. Now trademark run on the 5th tackle that we see from him. Ball now back to Drinkwater, the former Robin, puts it high. Underneath it is Burgess with plenty of time, and he will bring it back. Both sides have had a possession of the ball, and it's on as even.
Like you said, Matt Duffy, latter stages of the tackle count, he gets hold of the ball, doesn't he? He's trying to get the quick play of the ball, use his footwork to get down, play it quick and enable the kicker to kick on the front foot and pressure Hull KR down in their own red zone.
Niku with the first carry. Here is Ryan Hall. Could be a historic night for him. Can he get over the whitewash again? Good carry there. It was a nice run. Broadbent early on in his Robins career. Here now is May, gets it across to Evans. Ball back on the inside for Hiku. Up towards halfway. Nice tackle incoming. Here is Lewis again. He's going to go high again. Dufty will come forward, collects it. Just outside the 10, looks up a wall of pink in front of him. Decent chase that from the Robins.
Well, we want to make sure that they keep presenting that line right for the full 80 minutes. Any little crack in that line, well, that man will exploit it. And the big thing for Hull KR is just playing at the pace that they want to play at. Take this game to Warrington, stop the back three from bringing the ball forward and be disciplined.
Well, there you go. Right on cue. The Robins commit a high shot penalty.
Well, nice footwork, change of direction just at line. Jez Layton just slips over. Initial contacts on the shoulder, then it rides up around the neck. When you play against Warrington, you want to try and restrict those meters. That's a gift of, like, what, 25, 30 meters?
You get the feeling this is going to be tight tonight here at the Halliwell Jones as Williams gets it away to Dufty. Dufty puts the footwork on there. The fans will always wanted another penalty for a high tackle. James Vella, the official in the middle tonight, says not, as Vaughan carries it in. 25 away. Walker, short pass to Harrison. What a year he's having so far. Walker waits at dummy half. Options either side. They're going right here now. Drinkwater finds Williams. Williams gets it out the back. Quick hands with the ball put down on the far side. And that will be a turnover in play, and the Robins defence numbered up well there.
Yeah, just couldn't quite take this ball in. Fewlis, nice depth. The attacking line was there. Fewlis couldn't take it in. When Harrison drove the ball in, I think it was about the fourth tackle, they had numbers on the left-hand side. George Williams had come across, and he tried to make that overload their left-hand side. They went centre field. They probably missed the chance.
Josh Fewlis in good form, try scoring, but couldn't get on the end of that move.
Well, for Warrington as well now, this is where they can put Hull KR under pressure. Like I said, they're coming off the back of two huge wins. They're going to be so confident coming here to the Halliwell Jones Stadium. And they've got to really take the game to Hull KR and knock them off the stride.
Yeah, well, they just about beat the shot clock. That was why Mikey Lewis was sprinting to get to the scrum as the ball is carried forward. Warrington's defence is strong, and Warrington's defence has been good of late. Here now is Tanganoa. The run of form he's on at the moment, the former Wakefield man. Scoring lots of tries. Brad carries up to the 30. Here's Litton, he's going to kick, and he's going to kick in behind here on the far side. Didn't quite have the depth on the kick, and Dufty will collect it on his own 20. He'll bring it forward, and Warrington start just outside their own 30-metre area.
Well, they knew that they were struggling for meters, just 28 metres made in that set. So he kicks on the fourth play, just trying to catch the fullback, and the wingers out. He gets plenty of distance on it.
Warrington just over the 40, tight opening here. As they go, well, he went hunting there, so soon he didn't get his man in Vaughan. He gets over halfway, and here now come Warrington. Drinkwater out the back, finds King. King gets it away to Ashton. Ashton through the gap, gets it away. Scintillating rugby league from the Warrington Wolves. Toby King started it and finished it down the left-hand side. And it's Warrington who get the first points of the night. They lead the Robins by 4 points to 0.
Well, they've got some strike over on this edge, haven't they? And Toby King goes in for the opening try on his 150th Warrington appearance. They've got so much space. You just look at the movement behind the ruck. The ball doesn't go to George Williams. A Hull KR player shoots out the line, expecting him to get the ball and create some space out on the edge. Warrington, quick play the ball to the hooker. Danny Walker going from dummy half. Then Drinkwater, nice ball to King. And then support Taxton gets it back to score the opening try. What a decent start from Warrington. They're playing the ball at a pretty decent speed in this game. The spacing's right, and there's a lot of communication between those guys and Sam Burgess. Well, he'll be happy with the opening start in this 7 minutes.
Yeah, we mentioned Toby King, 150th Warrington appearance. Got a try in the win at Craven Park, and he's got one tonight as well. Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker of the House here, enjoying his rugby league. Big Warrington fan. Now Thewlis will look to add the extras here. 11 in from touch on the left-hand side. 80% success probability. That's for a 6-point lead. Strikes it nicely. Flags gone. Good start for Sam Burgess and the Warrington Wolves. Toby King's try. Nicely converted.
Well, whether George Williams gets the ball or not, he certainly does spook teams. You could just see there's a Hull KR defender just shoots the line, expecting him to get the ball, because he does create so much for Warrington. Well, Josh Drinkwater, he just lets the play unfold in front of him. Puts the ball out in front of him, and then the outside backs do it themselves in King and Ashton.
Yeah, good understanding between the two. Here is Harrison. Bum-crunching challenge goes in. Batchelor leading the defensive effort as Red got bumped off, but came back for more against Vaughan. And now the Warrington Wolves will look to put a decent set on the back of points. Moving it quickly now. Here's Roderick Ty. Ty looking to get onto the edge. There's a slip in front of him, and he bounces away. He just couldn't get the pass away. In the end, he did well to hang on. There's a quick play of the ball. Well, look at that. Warrington 100%, that's for 80% when they score the first try, they win the game. So that's a good sign for them. Okay, I would have wanted the first try. Looking at those stats, 100% win rate for them. Both like to front run, but it's Warrington who've got the early advantage. They kick downfield. Burgess waits just off his try line, collects it, looks up, nowhere to go. And on the back of points, that's a pretty good set.
Yeah, outstanding set. Look at that. Just 5 metres from Hull KR's line. Look, the mindset of Warrington is just play what's in front of you. They're shifting the ball, coming out of trouble. And some people say that you've got to earn the right to play. Well, sometimes you just let the players unfold in front of you. Go for that space if you back yourself.
Warrington at the moment are on top. On the scoreboard and defensively as well. Hull KR would love a penalty to get them out of their own end of the field. They're going to work it close to the ruck area. Nice footwork there, but this is the last one, and again they're not yet out of their own 40-metre line. Lewis waits. He kicks downfield again. Dufty will catch it on the full. Now he spins the ball away to Ashton. Ashton, is he going to look to try and run round? No, in the end he takes the tackle, and I think the Robins will take that 20 off the Warrington line.
Yeah, but that's the second time that they give a penalty away. Do you know, in those yardage plays close to Warrington's line, they just let him off the hook. James Batchelor's man has been penalised by James Vella. Again, it's footwork. They come over the top. It's the flop from Batchelor. That's what the referee's penalised him for.
He's been kicked out of the Halliwell Jones Stadium, that one. Here's King, the try scorer, takes the first carry, and he's slammed into the turf. Here now goes Fitzgibbon. Looks already to be a very good recruit for Warrington, the former Newcastle Knight. Walker goes short to Harrison, inside the 40. Warrington looking to put some real pressure on Hull KR here. Short pass at the line from Curry. Inside the 30 now. Robins backpedaling at a rate of knots. Miss out pass here. Now it's Fitzgibbon, gets it to King. Goes for Ashton for the corner. He's in. They want to check it, but I'm pretty sure Matty Ashton's got this one down.
Okay.
James Vella just taking a moment to assess the situation. He's saying no try.
Touch, please. And we do have a high tackle.
Let's go upstairs and find out.
Thanks, mate.
So it's tackle 4. We've got an on-field decision of no try for touch. So we'll check that first, and then we'll look at the potential high tackle. So at this point, he is in the field of play. There is some contact to the head. Okay, so can we just take that back a tad, just to make sure that that foot definitely hits the touchline? So we're looking at his left foot. So there appears to be green between the foot and the ball there. Okay, so there's green between the foot and the ball at this point. If we can go forward a bit more. So now there is white on the foot and the ball. So now the foot is on the touchline. We possibly look at camera 8 just to confirm that. Okay, so we're going to have to go forward a few frames here. So I think another one. And okay, so the foot is in the field of play at that point. And another. There's another. So there appears to be green. So there that goes blurry. So the live decision is no try for touch there. But what we're going to now check is the high tackle. So see what contact is made by Burgess. So if we can watch this full speed first. So if we can just watch it just to confirm it's definitely a high tackle. So there is contact to the head, so we can pause it there. If not for the contact to the head, Ashton would have stayed in the field of play and scored a try. Thank you, I have a decision.
So the referee is going to award the try here. Matty Ashton, it is deemed, would have scored without the high shot from Burgess, so a penalty try to Warrington. And that will make the kick a lot easier. Matty Ashton, full of smiles. Warrington for the second time break down their left-hand side, and the Robins defence is cut to pieces again.
Well, puts all his weight on his left leg, gives himself a chance, doesn't he, to get back in and powers through that tackle. But again, you've got Hull KR players jumping the line. It's a face ball, it's doing some damage in this game, and they just can't quite deal with it. The strength that they have over on this left-hand side with King and Ashton, and the power of Ashton to keep his feet and get over the line and score the try.
Joe Burgess on the end of that one. That is Matty Ashton's second penalty try of the season. He got one earlier on against Hull FC. Well, here is Sioulis to make it 12 points to 0. And that's exactly what he does. A point a minute for the Warrington Wolves. Twice they've come this side. And this is the high shot again.
Well, look at that. Just like the way that, like I said, he puts all the weight on his left leg. He's not going for the spectacular finish. He's got to use his strength to get in. And the tackle from Burgess, well, just deemed high. Penalty tries awarded. But like I said, a couple of times they're getting spooked down over here. They're shooting out the line. They're not stopping the play.
You made a great point. They are shooting out of the line. Is there a possible interception on for them, or are they just genuinely running out of position?
Look, the reason why they're shooting the line is because they're trying to stop George Williams and Josh Drinkwater from playing again. Look, third time in the opening 13 minutes, they've given a simple penalty away. Now, if Hull KR want to compete and want to win this game, they've got to make sure that they stay switched on, keep the marbles intact. Look, they played against that Saints side. They put 40 points past them. And that Saints side have only been conceding like an average of 8 points in the opening 9 rounds. For Hull KR to do a job here on Warrington, they've got to be better disciplined than this. The opening 13 minutes hasn't been good enough, and Willie Peters said at the start of the game, we need to start the game better.
KR are scoring plenty of tries in this period. Is this a danger time for them? Well, they need the ball in able to do that. Warrington are enjoying this period. They might be enjoying it a bit more here. Ty gets to an edge. Ty can't quite get through, but they're 10 away here. This has been an outstanding start from Warrington. Vaughan wants a carry. 10 away. The Robins need to force an error here early on. Ball now works to Williams. Short pass taken in by Curry. Nowhere for him to go. He's going to be wrapped up a couple of metres away. They're lined up both sides of the ruck, but they're coming to the left here. They're going short for the power play. Good contact there, stopped Harrison. Walker is coming back this way again. Drinkwater gets it away to Dufty, but the pass to Ashton was a poor one. And the Robins breathe a huge sigh of relief.
Yeah, just under some pressure. And Dufty, look, he gets the ball. He knows that Joe Burgess is going to have eyes for him. He comes in, tries to close the play down. Doesn't get that pass. Correct. He doesn't get the execution that he's looking for. But again, it's the threat, isn't it, on this side that's really worrying. Hull KR and Sam Burgess, well, he's going to be pleased with what he saw so far.
It's pretty level-headed, isn't he, Sam? Whenever we hear from him here on Sky Sports, ahead or after a game, he's always quite relaxed and quite low-key, but he'll be pleased with this effort from his side so far. Leading by 12 here. Robins conceded 4 penalties in the opening 15 minutes. Well, they're going to have to go back and play the ball here. Lewis thought he was away then. The referee had already called held.
I think he's playing the game. I think he knew that play had been stopped then. But like Sam Tompkins was saying before the game, he's one of those players that does like to get under the skin of their opponents.
Here is Litton, jumps out of dummy half. Curry was square up marker, so there's no penalty. KR will play it now centre field. Here is Whitbread. Wrapped up. Now the chance to get the kick away from halfway. It's a high one again. Dufty comes forward to collect it on the full. Does that. No thought of offloading, goes straight forward, and he's well met on the 20. Now the challenge here for Hull KR is to make sure they don't give away any silly penalties.
And that will be the big call from them. No cheap penalties. Make sure we do all the stuff correct. Well, get numbers in the tackle. Don't let them play the ball quickly. We've got to reset before we can go forward and try and defend them.
Walker to Harrison. Hadley meets him.
That's nice shoulder contact and contact with Hadley, isn't it?
Here's Walker under pressure, has gone for the 40-20. This is not going to be far away. That's going to be a perfect kick. Danny Walker gets Warrington back on the attack. That was a sensational kick from the Warrington number 9.
Well, do you know what? He does a lot of directing from dummy half, bringing his forwards onto the ball. A great player. I've watched him since he was a young lad, and he's a quality player for Warrington. Really does lift everyone around him in centre field.
What a blow for Hull KR. That was their best defensive set so far. And now they're back on their own line, and here come the Warrington Wolves. Harrison powering towards the line. Turned away. They're loading up numbers short side again. Warrington looking to probe. Here's Dufty. Maybe didn't quite get the angles right there, Warrington. They'll be patient. No need to force the issue here. Williams is coming back down the short side. He's a decoy. Harrison will carry it. He's going to be held up a couple of metres away. Huge moments here in this round 11 clash. Warrington dominant early. Williams, little step, kick through the line, bounces up, it's dropped and batted dead, but it was a knock-on, I think, from Warrington first. And Hull KR, by the skin of their teeth, survive.
Well, a huge sigh of relief from there. A nice kick, wasn't it, from George Williams? Unfortunately, Josh Drinkwater just couldn't deal with it, knocks the ball forward. The first contact is from Hull KR, but it goes backwards. Then it's missed by Josh Drinkwater.
I think they are going to check this in the restart. It came off a Hull KR player there.
There you go, it comes off Drinkwater. Broadbent does touch it, but it's Hull KR's ball.
Worth a look, though, for the 5 seconds it took. We get the right decision. Now, what can Hull KR do here, then? Look, it's been all one-way traffic, but if the Robins score the next try, it's a completely different outlook on this game. Ryan Hall is pushed back. Not too often you see that. Warrington defensively have been outstanding so far. Here now is George King, the former Warrington Wolves man. Game time being limited for him. Litton, lovely footwork, gets him past one, then a bump off. This is better from the visitors here. Ball now working its way forward. Lewis into the teeth of the line, finds Evalds. Evalds tries to slip the line. And finally, Hull KR are getting a look inside the Warrington half. Ball here with Whitbread. Whitbread puts the brakes on. Last one incoming here. Going down the short side. Lewis is going to stand up the kick. Dufty's going to be under pressure this time, but he gets up high and comes up with a ball inside his own 10.
Yeah, nice take, wasn't it, from the fullback? This is what Hull KR need to do now here. Just get nice and tight, get off the line, work together. Work from the inside if the ball goes away from you, but you can see how hard these carries are for anyone in the Warrington jersey when you're trapped in the corner.
Well, they're defending really narrowly, Hull KR. They're trying to force an error here, and there's an offload. Now there could be room for some width here if they can get to an edge. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here. Good cover tackle from Hiku. Had to make that tackle and did. Sport Warrington a bit of territory, though. Vaughan is going to be wrapped up on his own 40. And this is the last one. They'll want a good kick this time. Williams goes high. Swirling kick. Evalds catches it on the full. Does really well. He's looking to launch a counter and he's up to the 40. Great run back there. Right, let's head down to Jenna Brooks then, who's got news on George Williams.
Yeah, evening, Marcus. Nothing serious. You would have noticed that Williams there, you can see him, he's got a little bit of blood on his neck and his head. He just had a bit of a head clash a couple of minutes ago. They have given him treatment. I've spoken to the doctor. It's nothing serious. There it is there. Head clash with Ryan Hall. Yeah, he's staying out there. It's nothing serious.
Good stuff. Thank you, Jenna. Here's Burgess inside the 20. So the Robins starting to enjoy a bit of ball now. What can they do with it? May gets his hands on it, moves it to Hadley. Hadley goes across to Lewis. Lewis with a little step, ducks under a tackle, but he's wrapped up. Curry was having none of that with Nicholson. Last one for the Robins. May's going to put it back into the far corner. A chance here. And up off the ground on the far side is Stewlis. Good catch from Warrington.
Well, Warrington, the last time they were in this position, they struggled the first 3 plays with carries like this, but then they shifted it to Ashton, who had a bit of joy. And what they've got to do here, now get up quick, be powerful with the defence, make sure they adjust, they communicate to what's happening and unfolding in front of them.
That was a great run from Fitzgibbon, and now there's a bit of room for Warrington to work behind the ruck. 2 times they've been penned on their own line, and twice they've got away and up to the 40, and that's what they do here. And they're going to kick from 10 short of halfway. Ball back to Drinkwater. Left-footed kick downfield. Bounces beautifully for Evalds. He comes forward now. Evalds thinks about the pass and he's wrapped up 30 off his own line. So finally now Hull KR is starting to enjoy a bit of good ball. They're starting their sets further off the line than they have been all night.
Yeah, the possession as well was heavily in favour of Warrington. You know, just starting to tick over and get back around where it should be. Still 57% to Warrington. That's a nice carry. Just roll up the sleeves, do all the hard work. There's no need to panic if you're a Hull KR player.
Certainly not. Here's King. Great run prior to that from Batchelor. Last one, they're 30 out again. Jez Litton waits. Lewis to his left. That's where he's going now. Mikey Lewis goes forward. Puts up the high kick. Tester for Dufty. And again, Dufty gets it. Tanganoa wraps him up. Well, they're putting the squeeze on here, Hull KR, but so far, Warrington more than a match.
And the last 3 times that they've gone to the kick, it's the same side that they're targeting. And Joe Philbin now onto the field. He started at prop last week. Certainly brings plenty of intent in his carries.
He does. Every Super League game live on Sky Sports. Got some plenty of NRL action as well, including this weekend as the ball carried forward by Warrington. Another offload from them. Round off round 11. London against Hull FC on Sunday at 2:55. Here's Drinkwater, lovely pass to Williams. Oh, beautifully timed pass. Here's Ashton again. This time he kicks ahead. Dufty's arriving. Will he get there? No! Now he thinks he's been impeded without the ball here, and the referee's going to check this. James Vella handing up, and he's saying no try.
Can you review the grounding, please?
So it's Tackle 4, we've got no try. First of all, let's check onside, offside, because it's come from a kick. So everybody is onside from the kick. So now we need to go through to the contest. So we can see they're all onside here. So who gets to this ball first? That's the first question. Does Dufty ground it? So it appears that Dufty does get a hand to the ball. So if we go back a little bit. So what we're seeing is if Dufty gets his hand to the ball. So at that point, Dufty has touched the ball. So if we keep going forward here, he's got no balance or control of the ball. Thank you, I've made a decision.
Again, worth a look just to check. Will be a 20-metre tap restart. Nice play again down this left-hand side. Hull KR look really nervous on this edge.
Well, what you got to do is recognise what the defence is doing, and Joe Burgess had dropped back, which enabled them to get the numbers. They thought they had the 2-on-1 with King and with Burgess on Ashton, but then they just couldn't quite get the kick they were after. But again, it's just doing the job, innit? Getting through the sets and just challenging and asking questions of Hull KR.
There they are. There is Tanganoa. They've not yet been able to get him free. He's thinking about an offload. He gets it away to Litton. Litton sees a bit of open space in front of him. Good tackle from behind on the dummy half there. Ball now in the hands of Hadley. Gets it away to May. Short pass to Batchelor. This time it was King who raced out of the line, looking possibly for an intercept. May at dummy half. 35 away. Here's Hadley now. Turns it back to King. He's tackled. Litton looks up, sees May. May has got Evalds outside, goes short again to Batchelor, who was looking to offload. There was no push up in support. He wanted a penalty, he didn't get one either. Here now is May. Surely they're going across to that far side towards the Hall wing, but it's caught on the fall by Warrington. And they come up with it 15 off their own line. It was Thewlis with a catch.
Well, so good in the air, isn't he, Josh Thewlis? Made his name as a youngster, as a fullback. If you want to come down with that ball and you want to challenge him, you've got to do a better job than that.
All on the ground, and this is going to be a penalty. It's another high tackle.
So that's the 5th tackle that Hull KR have given away in Warrington's 30. Well, they're just not helping themselves at all. And Willie Peters will be disappointed, really. The bit of the high shot from Mikey Lewis, just trying to handle and get the better of Matty Nicholson.
Here's Philbin towards halfway. So Warrington have had to do some defending of their own, but they've done it really well. And Robins' kicking game maybe needs a little bit more threat, as Crowther is well met there. Just inside Robins' territory. Williams gets it away to Dufty, moves it along to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon a threat, wrapped up 30. He'll play it quickly to Walker. Walker finds King. King realises there's nowhere to go, gets it away to Dufty. Dufty goes through the middle. He's tackled 20 metres away. Walker waits. Drinkwater. Williams miss out pass. Here's King again. King with a big step. See you later. Second of the night for Toby King. And this Hull KR right edge has been destroyed. Warrington's 3rd try. 2 for King. It's 16 points to 0.
Well, it just seems to be Groundhog Day. Every time Warrington get the ball, they like the look of their left edge. And again, Hiku, he just gets distracted because he can see George Williams in the background. He's expecting him to get the ball. He takes the wrong option. He goes for George Williams, and then the ball's out. The high shot comes in from Mikey Lewis. Like I said, the 5th one that they've given away in the opening 27 minutes. Look at Williams there. Hiku goes in. He creates that 2-on-1. There's an overchase then from Tyrone May, who loses footing, and Toby King just slices through. Look at it. He just steps off his left foot. You got Joe Burgess just grabbing thinner. You got Tyrone May that loses footing, and then you got the prop forward who just can't get there in Jared Whitbread.
Toby King 2nd. There's a big problem here now down this Hull KR right-hand side.
Look, Matt, I said communication is absolutely everything. when you're defending. You've got to talk to the man inside, outside. You've got to give him faith in what you're going to do. And Willie Peters knows that you can't have someone who jumps the gun trying to solve problems themselves because they're up against somebody who you think is going to get the ball because they are a dangerous player for your opposition. What you've got to do is defend what's in front of you. Keep your line intact and work really hard together. The right-hand side for Warrington, for Hull KR, sorry, in the early stages of this game has been absolutely picked apart.
Thewlis looking to make it 3 from 3. We've just seen Brett Delaney giving the Hull KR players some advice. This for 18 points to 0. Sends it outside the post, but curls it in nicely. It is Warrington 18, Hull KR 0 here, and big problems for the Robins.
Yeah, the big thing what you've got to do is adjust and play what's in front of you. You can see again, Hiku goes out, Tyrone Mate slips over, Joe Burgess can't effect the first tackle, the first contact on Toby King, and you can just see ball in two hands, gets the defenders interested, spots a prop forward on the inside and beats him. It's an easy 18 points for Hull KR.
Some would say too easy for Warrington. Will be hoping to get some more points before half-time here. And as it stands, they are going top of the Super League table, and Hull KR need to effect a bit of a turnaround here. All works its way forward. Good carry straight up the middle. Could have been done for a second effort there, Batchelor. They all want the ball at the moment, Warrington. Last one. Going to get it away to Drinkwater. This time they will go with Boot. Burgess should catch this on the full, does. He brings it forward, and he is going to be wrapped up 15 off his own line. We've just seen Hull KR have a little bit of possession down the other end, Terry, but not once really have they threatened to break this Warrington defence.
No, well, last 3 times that they've had a decent field position, it's on the back of kicks. They've kicked to Warrington's right-hand side, then let him out of trouble with penalties that they've given away. Yeah. Well, you look at the last 5 games that Hull KR have played, they've conceded an average of 12 points, scored in 30 points. They've been all sorts in this game. They've been all over the shop.
They have. Lytton kicking from just short of the halfway line. Dufty will have to retreat and pick it up, gets a nice bounce and then sets off, and Lewis gets his man on the 20-metre line. You know, his tie is Jack Brown making his Hull KR debut. He was here last week wearing the black and white of Hull FC. Now he's got the pink on of Hull KR. His debut, the first of many games for the Robins, he will hope.
Well done.
Not often that happens, is it? You get to play the same team twice, but for a different team.
There's a knock-on.
Well, I think that's the first error, barring that one in the Hull KR 20 earlier on. Musgrove coughs it up, and it's important here that the Robins take advantage of this.
Yeah, or not panic and think they've got to score in this set of 6. They've got to come up with a decent set. Yeah, Zane Musgrove.
Keep working that. George,
he's come on. He's made a huge impact in his Warrington career. There's some all forward. You can see that he loses possession of that ball as he's going down.
Lachlan, head down, mate. Arms around. Shuttlecock out.
40 away from the line. Here is May. Hiku. Can this right edge in attack redeem itself for its defensive shortcomings in the opening half an hour of this game? Lewis pops it up, taken in by Brown. And despite Hull's disappointing start to the campaign, has shot up pretty well. Here's Lewis, gets it to Tangano, a great tackle, but he offloads it. This could be a moment. Here's a try, and Hull KR are over. And it's Broadbent's second Hull KR try in 2 games. Finally, the Robins make the most of it. Tangano's offload crucial, and the Robins are on the board. It's 18 points to 4.
Yeah, well, Kalepi Tangano started the last 4 as sub. Probably going to have to do the full 80 minutes in this game. So powerful. He gets the ball, he rides the tackle, he gets the offload away, and Evalds pushing up like all good fullbacks to support him. And he gets the ball to Jack Broadbent then. Like I said, debut last week, scored a try second game in a Robins jersey, scored again, an important try as well. Just 8 minutes to go before half-time. It's so important that they actually finished this half with some points, but more importantly, with a good spell. They've been under the cosh for the majority of this game and been second best in all areas.
Jack Broadbent with a try, his second. Newly signed from Castleford. Mikey Lewis looking to add the extras. Plenty of noise from the away end. They've certainly not given up hope, and whilst this fella's on the field, the Robins will always be a threat. Can Lewis convert the try? 7 to go to the break. Across the face of the post, 18 points to 4.
Well, there's still plenty more points in this Hull KR side. Nice play, gets a one-on-one with Tanguinoa and George Williams. High levels, pushing up in support of Matt Duffy. Well, he's caught flat-footed. The big step on the left foot from Jack Broadbent. And he said he goes in for his second try as a Robin. Big finish here coming up for both of these sides before half-time.
Can Hull KR go back-to-back? They'll bring the ball forward. Taken in by Sue. Now a penalty. First of the night for Hull KR. Things about to turn around here.
Yeah, well, Roderick Ty, he called him off side, James Velser. He's got no complaints with that, the centre for Warrington. It was a clear call from the referee.
Great touch finder as well. Right, let's head back down to pitch side. Jenna Brooks.
Yeah, Mark, I was a little surprised seeing Mikey Lewis kick that before the game. We had Jez Litton warming up, kicking goals on the left side with Mikey Lewis practicing on the right. That obviously was just taken on the left. Mikey Lewis missed. So perhaps we'll see Jez Litton perhaps taking the conversions moving forward this game.
Okay, here's May, gets it away. Lewis short pass to Tanguinoa again, almost through. He's starting to show his worth now. And here come the Robins on a bit of a roll. Weaving in and out is Lewis. He's taken down 11 away. Now the ball works its way across. Here is Hadley trying to push through the line. Last one for Warrington. Can they hang on here? Again, a huge moment in this match. Here's May. They're going out wide on the left. They can't get it to Hall. It's picked up, kept alive, and then knocked on right on the line. And almost sprinting away there was Dufty.
Well, it just seemed to open up for Tanguinoa. If he could just keep hold of that ball, the sheer size of him, if he catches this, he's got Duffy in front of him, and you would imagine that he'd go over the top of him.
Warrington survive. And it feels like the contest is starting again here. But it's the home side who've got that 3-score advantage. Now a kick downfield. It's not going to quite get the distance for a 40-20. And it will go into touch over on the far side. And the Robins will get it back.
And again, it's the vision from Danny Walker at dummy half. He spots that the fullback isn't in position in Ryan Hall, and Niall Levels is out of position. He goes for the 40-20, but he'll take that on the third play. Well, they'll expect a response from Hull KR, and they've got that in the last 6 or 7 minutes. It's how they deal with the last 4 minutes going into halftime and the start in the second half from Hull KR.
Yeah. You get the feeling Hull KR's best form of defence tonight might well be their attack. And they put some points on at the other end. Here they'll carry forward again. Sue trying to offload, is wrestled to the ground just short of halfway. Hadley again gets it away to Lewis. Lewis uses a decoy. Here now is Evolds. He's wrapped up just over the 40-metre line. Better from the Robins. Short pass to Brown. He'll carry it forward, 30 metres away.
Release!
Last tackle incoming. Short side goes Lewis. Hall is after it. There's pressure on at the back, but they get up high. And once again, Warrington defused the high kick very well indeed.
He's safe as ours, isn't he? Matt Duffy, the second season, he's been exceptional. 48th consecutive appearance. But he's grabbed all the headlines this year with his performances.
He wanted a penalty. James Vella says it was across the shoulder.
Oh, it looked like it just slipped up then from Tyrone Mate.
Quick play from Warrington. All of a sudden they're on a roll here. They're up to the 40. James Vella again refuses appeals for a penalty. Walker will play the ball, and on the 5th tackle, Williams is going to kick, just floats it downfield. It's going to find the grass here between Hall and Evalds. Takes a beautiful bounce from a Warrington perspective. Ryan Hall, though, is cool as a cucumber. One roll too many for Warrington.
Nerves of steel from that man. George Williams' eye just looks like it's opening up. Look at him, he's blowing it, he's blowing it. You can see the dead ball. He just wants it to go over.
That's years of experience, that, Terry.
Of course it is.
He knew it was going to do that, but now the ball has been lost here, but it's a penalty.
And James Vella with some help from the sideline.
Let it go, Lachlan, let it go!
They're saying that Lachlan Fitzgibbon has stripped that ball in the tackle. They get the penalty. Joe Burgess tries to come up with a big carry. Look, there's 2 men in the tackle. He strips it.
Oh, they haven't found touch. They bit off more than they could chew there. They went for a mammoth touch finder. What are Hull KR doing here?
That sums up Hull KR's performance in the first half. Yeah, they've scored a try, but that has not been a Willie Peters' coach side. Look, Fewlis gets the ball back in field. Good play from Fewlis as well.
Well, look, this could be the biggest 90 seconds of the season so far, because Hull KR should have been attacking at one end, and now they're defending back on halfway. I'm not sure what the paintwork's like in the away dressing room here at the Halliwell Jones, but I dare say Willie Peters might be taking a bit of it off at
I will not want to be a Hull KR player sat in that changing room.
Here's Williams again, gets it out. Again, they've come rushing out. Here now is Aston. Aston, Burgess almost went high again there. Last tackle incoming here. Can Warrington produce a try out of nothing? They're going to put the kick high towards the post. They're coming here. Ball batted dead by the Robins. Right place, right time there, Lewis, to get the ball to safety.
Well, they've had 3 losses this year, Hull KR, and 2 of them by 2 points, and 1 by 7. There's only really Catalan that they've been blown away in, and this reminds me of that Catalan game back in round 8, where they conceded 36 points. Look, they're halfway there already, and Hull KR have got to get a grip of this game.
Yeah, they have lost 2 of the 3 losses they've incurred have been away from home. Now Lewis, now this is game smarts that we've not seen. He's run the shot clock down, which means that the ball doesn't have to come back into play. So Lewis using a little bit of game smarts at the end of it, but that's not an example we've seen a lot tonight from the Robins. They've struggled. George Williams and Warrington on top here at half-time. It's Warrington 18, Hull KR 4.
Mark, Terry, thank you very much. The Warrington Wolves head off for a well-earned half-time break here at the Halliwell Jones Stadium, having opened up round 11 of the Betfred Super League this evening on Sky Sports with a comprehensive first 40 minutes performance. Toby King bagging a brace in the first half, either side of a penalty try. We'll discuss that and more after the break with Sam Tompkins and our special guest, Danny Maguire. Well, don't miss this historic showdown. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk clash for the undisputed world heavyweight title live on Sky Sports Box Office. It's a packed night of boxing coverage getting underway from 4 p.m. on Saturday, May the 18th. It's available to all Sky residential customers in the UK and Ireland. If you're a Virgin Media or EETV customer, please contact your operator or go to skysports.com/box office for any more information you require. Well, the most important information from the Halliwell Jones Stadium is the half-time scoreline, and it's an 18-4 lead for the Warrington Wolves, who have been very good in the first 40 minutes against a Hull KR side that look a shadow of the team that beat the champions Wigan and St Helens in the last consecutive rounds. Danny Maguire joining Sam Tompkins and myself here at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. Let's get straight in to the first half analysis, and Warrington's 2 tries targeting a particular area of the field with much success.
Yeah, they had some joy down there, Warrington's sort of left-hand side. And once you get joy, I think the ability to keep going back there, not get bored, keep going back where you're having that success. And I think Hull KR's sort of right edge defence, we're all at sea. And I think defensively, it's all about doing things together, being in sync and being connected. And we didn't see any of that during that first half.
That right-hand side for Hull KR, all at sea.
Yeah, I think Petr Hiku doesn't know if he's coming or going each time. You know, sometimes he's jamming in, sometimes he's holding off. I think it's a fair indication that their edge is off when there's 4 or 5 players for the Hull KR right edge, all defending a different kind of way. Now, I'm sure they've come into this game with some sort of plan of, let's go and shut down, whether it be Duffy or Williams at the back. But you can't go and do that individually on your own. You know, there's blokes on the inside thinking we'll slide away. They've got Burgess and Hiku trying to go and solve it on their own. It's a real mess for Hull KR.
And that right edge, if we go back to that, Hull KR's right edge is an area that St Helens managed to exploit in defeat last week as well. Warrington have obviously picked up on that and gone again at it.
It's what you do every week. You prep, you plan, you work on your sort of set plays, your intricate plays throughout the week. But I think you've got to applaud Warrington's execution and the way that they've delivered it. You know, Williams and Drinkwater, King, Ashton have been outstanding on that edge.
And while they're having success on their left edge, Warrington Wolves in attack, they are probing both sides of the field and causing questions, or asking questions of Hull KR's defence, both on the left and on the right.
Yeah, they've had more success going to the right-hand side of Hull KR, but, you know, they've got threats everywhere. I think the biggest thing for me is Warrington, the half-backs, are playing as and when they want. There's no inside pressure, so there's no pressure from the middle of the field from Hull KR. So if you're a defender, you should be dictating when Drinkwater passes, dictate when George Williams passes, but it's as if Warrington can pass the ball whenever they want, and Hull KR have just got to try and react to it.
They've gone close there. They get more joy here. This is Toby King second.
Yeah, just Drinkwater with time to engage the line. As a half-back, that's what you want. The more time you get, the more opportunity, the more time you've got to see things, and they're just executing it. It's a simple play done well. Sometimes we overcomplicate rugby league and trying to do things too fancy. Run a play well and keep going there with it.
They weren't, Hull KR, without opportunities up the other end of the field, but weren't able to apply the same pressure that Warrington did to them. One of the reasons for that was this kicking game that we have discussed before, Hull KR's end-of-set kicking game, which isn't the most threatening in the competition, if we're honest.
No, far from it. They're a little bit erratic. Now, that's not a bad area to put the ball, but it needs to be a kick where someone can compete for it. You know, Tyrone May, one of his better kicks in the corner. Again, you know, it's not on the try line. There's no real competition for the ball. It's as if they're happy to give Warrington the ball and say, we'll defend it. You know, it's not really inspiring. You know, Ryan Hall on that edge, he's never going to get an opportunity when they're kicking the ball 22 metres infield with no real chase. I think it's a worrying sign. You know, again, Tyrone May, he only decides where he's kicking it as he catches the ball. First, no one competing for the ball 10 metres off the try line.
Danny, you know Willie Peters well. Inside the changing rooms, he has a foothold in the game because of Jack Broadbent's try, but he'll be saying what exactly?
He'll be tearing the paint off the changing rooms. Willie's passionate. He'll be demanding an improvement, without a doubt. I think discipline-wise, you know, I think they've given 4 yardage penalties away, and you just can't do that against good teams. You get punished. And I think he probably wants to see more. You know, I think they've completed 14 out of the 15 sets, Hull KR, but have they really challenged Warrington? You know, it's been fairly simple down the middle. He'll probably want them to open up a little bit more and challenge Warrington.
It's an 18-4 hammering, but that Broadbent try may prove important for Hull KR if they can resurrect themselves, because it gives them a slight chance, at least on the scoreboard.
It does. It keeps them in the game. It was almost against the flow of the game. It was a full, dominant 40 minutes from Warrington. They get down there, and you know, this tackle on Tangano, it's a tough one for George Williams, but Evans does really, really well to get the ball out, and that's given him hope. Now, I think this is a test of Willie Peters as a coach, because not only has he got to go in there and inspire his players and say, go out, let's be tougher, let's be stronger, he's got to fix something technically on this right edge.
A graphic representation of what you were saying, Danny. Possession, right, okay, you had 15 sets, completed 14 of them, but you've not done enough with the ball. 5 penalties that you referenced and double the missed tackles.
Yeah, there's some stats there that Willie will be getting fed back from James Dayton, and he won't be happy. Obviously, 93% is good, but it's what you do with the 93% that's important. And I think probably fatigue's setting in a little bit there. They've had to defend the line a fair bit, and you know what it's like when you're defending your line, you sort of don't throw enough at the opposition in attack then.
Well, they will have it all to do. We will hear maybe from Sam and Danny the other side of this break. It's the Warrington Wolves fans who are delighted with what they have seen, responding to some subpar performances in recent weeks. They have demolished Hull KR in the first half, but there's 40 more minutes to go here on Sky Sports. Five more live games for you on Sky Sports from round 11 of the Betfred Super League. 2 tomorrow, Castleford, St Helens, Lee Salford, Sky Sports Arena and action. Both of those building up to 8 o'clock kickoffs. And on Saturday, Huddersfield Wigan at 2:55 p.m. will be followed by Catalan Dragons against the Leeds Rhinos. Both of those on Arena. And back to action on Sunday, last game of the round. The bottom 2 clash, London against Hull FC, 2:55 p.m. for that. Well, round 11 is underway. We're at the halfway point in the opening game, and Warrington have a good grip on this game. A 14-point halftime lead over Hull KR, who have been distinctly average compared to their recent performances in that first half. They do, though, have 40 minutes to turn it around. Can they do it? What was said in the dressing rooms at halftime? Let's find out now from Jenna.
Yeah, speaking to Sam Burgess, it was a very positive halftime team talk. He did tell his players not to fall in love with themselves. As you just said, Brian, they do have that 14-point lead. He said that only half the job is done, so expecting a big second half. Willie Peters used one word, connected, particularly that right edge where all 3 of Warrington's tries were scored. He needs that right edge to be connected and stop giving away cheap penalties in the first 27 minutes. His side gave away 5 penalties. Brian, we are expecting a very big second half from Willie Peters' team. It is almost time for that second half to get underway. So back to commentators Mark Wilson, Terry O'Connor.
Cheers, Jenna. Willie Peters does not look happy, it's fair to say, at the start of the second half here. Big 40 minutes in prospect, but as it stands, it's Warrington who will be sitting at the top of the Super League table tonight. They've got a 14-point advantage at the break, and it's going to take some turnaround.
Yeah, it is. That's not a Willie Peters side. That, you know, he's rebuilt the side. What a signing he's been over the last couple of years, trying to put his stamp on them, and he knows that they need a big start. I think we're going to see a reaction here from Hull KR, but Warrington, guided by Sam Burgess, knows exactly what to expect from this Robin side.
Warrington would like to score the first point second half, extend that advantage. The Robins will be keen to hope they don't, but here's Williams again, gets it away to Thewlis. Thewlis gets inside, but Hall makes the tackle. And already Warrington are over halfway. Here's Williams, wrapped up 40 metres away. So straight from the restart, Warrington looking to go round Hull KR. Short pass. Great run in the end, some good post-contact meters there. Last one incoming. Here is Williams, kicking to that far side. Burgess underneath it, gets up off the ground, does well under pressure.
Well, he's one of the biggest men on the field, isn't he? Joe Burgess. Quite easy for him to take that. Warrington had a bit of joy then. Instead of over on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side when Hull KR was shooting the line, and they just quite couldn't get it right when they made that half break. Warrington are now looking to try and intimidate Hull KR from some decent line speed through Danny Walker.
Carried forward by Sue. He's going to be tackled. Warrington again racing off the line, so Hadley just takes the meters on offer. Kicking. Look at the pressure here from Crowther on Lewis. He's got to Lewis and he takes him down. What an effort that is from Jordy Crowther. Outstanding Warrington defence.
You know, that's unbelievable. That's the reason why they signed him on a 2-year deal. Well, his work ethic is second to none. He was released by Wakefield, had a chance to resurrect his career here at Warrington. Missed last week, but that's the energy, that's the effort that he brings to this side.
Look at the reaction of his teammates. Ball carried forward here by Musgrove, 30 away. First chance comes the way of the Wolves. Crowther has to wrestle his way forward. He'll get up and play the ball. Short pass. Musgrove again tries to punch a hole through the middle. Rovers are short of numbers on that far side, and that's exactly where they're going. Needed a big shot, and a big shot comes in, and that tackle might just keep the Robins alive.
Yeah, well, they needed that solid effort in defence, didn't they? The play before, they carried that ball in from Musgrove. They had the numbers out wide, but it's a nice shot, isn't it?
We've seen that play a few times this year. He's turning around, looking to offload that to Williams, and he's just lost his grip on it.
Yeah, well, he's got that, hasn't he, Lachlan Fitzgibbon? He's a big, powerful man. 11th appearance for Warrington, like you said before in the first half. What a great signing he has been from Newcastle Knights down under.
We've seen that. That's led to a couple of tries. Sam Burgess looks on. One off the training ground that didn't quite go to plan there for Warrington. But their execution, by and large, has been very good tonight. At that time, they let their visitors off. And here now, the ball is carried forward by Tanganoa, but he's turned back and dumped to the ground.
And he's one of the better ball carriers that has got so powerful. Kalepi Tanganoa, well, they've dealt with him. And again, look at that with Sue. The heads are getting rocked back.
There's a lot to like about this Warrington performance.
You look at that line speed there.
Good offload though from Brown, finds Litton, gets it away to May. He throws the ball over the top. Burgess trying to get up to the 40 and beyond, and he does. A little bit more off the cuff here from Hull KR. Now they earn a few more metres over the halfway line. Last tackle incoming. Litton still in at dummy half, gets it away. Lewis is going to hoist it high. They're going to invite Dufty to come forward and collect it. Ball's on the ground. Who spilled it? Dufty did. Big chance here for the Robins. Brown, whose offload started this little passage of play, and now Rovers have a set restart.
Well, that's betting. The lads were saying at half-time, but the kicks have got to be contested. That's the first one they've contested.
Here's Litton scooting away from one. Here it is. Dufty couldn't take it in, no complaints there. And now a set restart for Hull KR. Ball coming across now. Out the back it goes here to Evolds. Here's Hall, needs to stay in the field of play. Offloads it, he did keep in the field of play, and they have scored! Could be a 100th Super League try for Niall Evolds. Well, so often Hall is the scorer. Has he turned into the provider? Referee on the field thinks not. Huge call to come here.
So we've got no tackle and it's no try on field. So we're checking for a knock-on by Ryan Hall. So we'll go here first. So at this point, Hall is in possession of the ball. Now we can't see at that point whether he's lost it forwards or backwards. So, okay, we will go here. So he's got the ball in his left hand. He's then lost the ball forwards into Fulis. Thank you, I have a decision.
Wow, a knock-on. Eagle-eyed James Vella and the sideline official were all over that. The offload was fantastic, but sadly Terry knocked on just a second before.
Yeah, well, it was the effort from George Williams that came in. Josh Fulis is holding him up. It's nice play, nice quick hands from Broadbent. Look, Fulis does a job as one of the strongest wingers in the world of rugby league, and you can see that Williams comes in. He wasn't expecting that, dislodges the ball. Big effort from Fulis and Williams.
Does the pass from Broadbent need to be more in the breadbasket there for Ryan Hall? He had to reach up for it, which took away a little bit of his...
Look, it was a pass that he was under a bit of pressure, wasn't he, Jack Broadbent? He just had to get rid of that ball. And
Once again, the officials make the right call. And here now, Warrington, having had a bit of an early scare second half.
Well, Hull KR have got to keep this intensity up. Well, it's been a good opening 6 minutes in this second half, and one that will probably please the coach, Willie Peters.
Scoot out of dummy half from Walker.
Too quick.
Short pass to Williams. Williams playing on the front foot, almost through the line, and then as he tried to get the arm free, falls to ground. Last one. Walker jumps down the short side. They need to get a kick away here. Ty's going to have to take the tackle. And now it's Warrington just coming up with one or two little bits of miscommunication.
But they'll say that. They're asking a few questions, aren't they? When Danny Walker's running, when George Williams is running, you know that if it's going to be a quick play of the ball, if George Williams is going to take the ball off the ruck, he's coming at you. Likewise with Danny Walker, he's going to go. He's going to try and go on a win if anyone's on the floor.
It's interesting that despite the fact that we've got Powell and Parcell both on the bench, that the frontline hookers are still out there. Litton in at dummy half for Hull KR, who thought they'd reduce their deficit even further. Every meter gratefully received as Litton again is getting busy. Gets it away to Sue. Sue falls through the tackle. Last one, 40 away. Quick play of the ball to May. Back on the inside here. Evans is running. It gets the pass away to Litton. Litton's got support. He didn't pass. He had Mikey Lewis going in under the post, and he didn't pass it.
Wow, you just look at the frustration. You see Mikey Lewis. He thinks that he was taken out. Look, the ball had to go there.
He may have not have got there, in fairness, having seen the replay, but you've got to ask the question.
Yeah. Well, good play, though, wasn't it? Again, we didn't see any of this, really, in the first half. Jez Litton going, he pumps the ball, he thinks he's got enough. Josh Douglas, again, that's the second time that he's come up with a try-saving effort. The first one was a couple of minutes ago against Ryan Hall. Two big plays from the winger.
Better from the Robins. But now they've got to defend and try and force a Warrington error. I dare say Willie Peters will have taken more out of this opening 8 minutes of the second half than he did the entire first 40. And here now comes question to that right edge again, Dufty. This time they do get their man. And now, I thought the ball had been lost for a moment. The referee here, as he said, it's going to be a Hull Kingston Rovers ball. Well, Dufty's furious here.
Well, look at that. His teammates are just trying to calm him down. You know that saying something out of turn could cost him 10 minutes in the bin. He's obviously furious because he doesn't think that Tyrone May strips the ball and has it from him. The referee has penalised him then for saying that the tackle's complete with May and then he takes it back from him. But you can see that the ball is close to Tyrone May's chest, so he'd won that third and square.
Well, this time the Robins do find touch with a kick, and they're back on the attack here. Can they post some points here? Lewis almost ran into Tanganoa there. Tackle is made. Still time here. All works its way. Crowther was that quick off the line. He nearly intercepted that pass, but they get it to May here. Gets it away to Evalds. Flick pass finds Hiku. Hiku's going to be wrapped up 10 metres out. Stands in the tackle. They can't get him to the ground. Now he plays it. Ball zipping across here. Taken forward. Straight forward by the Robins front row, Whitbread. They've got 2 tackles left in this set. Are they going for the power play? They'll dump the ball out the back to Brown. He's got nowhere to go. Last one. Lewis is screaming for it to the left. Litton is going to go that way now. Finds Lewis. Lewis is going to put the kick through. It bounces up. Was it played at? Lewis gets it. Lewis going for the corner. What a try! What a wonderful try from Mikey Lewis. They want to check it, but surely this time the Robins are over. Referee thinks it's a try. Mikey Lewis magic.
It's tackle 0, we've got a try, so we'll check onside, offside first. So everybody to the left of the kicker is onside. That is played at, so this is back to 1. So Lewis is in possession of the ball. But okay up until this point. he remains in the field of play. Now we're just going through to the grounding. So does he maintain control and possession of this ball, grounding it? So if we can take that back, and this angle will help us. So he goes to put the ball down. He has the ball on the hand. So we need to see whether we can see separation. So he has the ball in the hand at this point. The ball gets put on the foot. It appears that Lewis's hand is still on the ball. So we need to see whether we've got any other evidence to say otherwise. So at that point, it appears that the hand is on the ball. Have we got any other angles to show that his hand comes off the ball? Possibly camera 5. This could help. So the hand, the live decision is try, and we can't see whether the hand comes off the ball. So we can just take it back to camera 2, and we can just play it, and I'll tell you when to pause it. Thank you, I've made a decision.
So Mikey Lewis has just produced a magical bit of rugby league and a fingertip finish to give life to Hull KR here. Lewis with a try, and with 10 gone second half, the deficit is down to 10.
Look, he loves to be involved. 3 players earlier than this, he was having a right goal with Kalepi Tanginoa. Then all of a sudden he gets to that field position that he's after, and he switches on straight away, knowing exactly what he's trying to do. He reacts to the ball. The ball bounces, it's played at by Nicholson. He's first to react, he gets it, gets on the outside of Foulis, and has presence of mind to come back in field, and under some pressure from Williams, gets the ball down.
Trying 6 goals last week. He'd like a try and a goal here to his name. Right on the sideline. The Warrington crowd are giving him plenty down below us here. Can he get them back within 8? Wolf is trying to put him off in the background. Lewis has pulled it. 2 tries and no goals, but crucially, they have reduced the deficit by 4. Willie Peters starting to believe now.
Well, he knows that he's an out-and-out competitor, Mikey Lewis, and his focus, his mindset is on just playing. He tries to thread the ball through the defensive line. It doesn't quite come off. He knows that he's got to react to that ball. He does do. He shows presence of mind to get on the outside of Foulis and then step on the inside of 2 other defenders.
And it's important Hull KR don't try and overplay it. Warrington now being tested. They were 18 points to 0 in front. Now only 10 to the good as Hall brings it forward. More with Litton, gets it away to Hadley. Here goes Litton again. Litton's been fantastic, hasn't he, second half? There he goes again. Here he is again, gets it away to Lewis. Can Lewis find an offload? He can. Had Evans in support. Great cover tackle again. Foulis again it was. Last one, here's May now. Gets it away. Broadbent. Broadbent's pass was knocked down. Was it played out? It is. It's 6 again. Here's Tanganoa now. Oh, he's chucked it on the floor. Picked up there by Batchelor. He goes through the line and he's 12 out. This game is turning in front of our very eyes here. Can Hull KR get back within 1? Right on the line here, Jez Litton having a fantastic second half. Can the Robins put some more points on the board here? Brown will carry. 10 away. Ball coming to May. May drops it back to Tanganoa. Tanganoa pumps the legs. Needed 3 to bring him down. Now they line up towards the right-hand side of the field. Hadley gets the ball away. Great defensive read. Really good read from King. works its way short side again. Now May cuts back in. May trying to work his way through. He's going to kick over the top. It's over Tanganoa. Thewlis catches it. Well, I'm not sure there was a lot in that. That was a high-risk kick and a low-risk return.
Yeah, well, they'll be disappointed with that one. They had a couple of chances in that set. But again, it was some strong defence from Josh Thewlis, the man who defused the bomb that saved a certain try from them. Like you said a minute ago, Jez Litton is coming more and more into this game. And the reason why he's coming more and more into this game, the play of the ball seemed to be a bit quicker from Hull KR in this second half.
Yeah, well, they wasted an opportunity there. They were a little bit impatient. So there we have it, look, in the last 30 minutes of games, Hull KR concede far more points than Warrington. Out of those 32, we've just seen 4 of them scored by Hull KR. Well, the Robins do have a habit of leaking tries late on. They'll be hoping not to concede any more here tonight. There's a ball caught on the full by Evalds. Gets it away to Hall. Hall brings it forward. We've got a game on now, Terry O'Connor.
Yeah, well, straight into it, Ryan Hall. Gets the ball, Jack Broadbent now, the speedsters are in. All trying to just get the team going forward. And Mikey Lewis, yeah, he's looking for the penalty, isn't he, with Sam Powell? Thinking that he's not quite straight. Set at marker.
Plays it now. Here forward goes Staunton on off the bench. He's wrapped up the Warrington side of halfway. Game in the balance. What can the Robins do? Here's Evalds now. Gets it away. Chance over on that far side, but good defending there. Nowhere for Hiku to go. Last tackle. They're going, oh, they've gone down the short side here. They need to fashion some kind of kick. They get the ball into the hands of May. He gets it to Lewis. Lewis is going to stand up a high one. Dufty's coming. Oh, Dufty's dropped it. Is this Ryan Hall's moment? No. They'll get the ball back. Dufty's got the dropsies.
Well, he got away with it, didn't he, then? I thought that they'd blown it when they went the short side and Joe Burgess over on the other side, but then they managed to get the ball into field. The ball goes up from Mikey Lewis's boot, and he just couldn't deal with it, Dufty. Again, he's under some pressure. It's amazing what the scoreboard can do and the clock can do, and what that man can do in front of you.
We've watched 2 different teams. First half to second half here.
Well, there's definitely a different attitude in the second half from Hull KR.
Tackle made, a couple out from the line. Don't have to overplay here, Robins. A temptation to get points, and there you go. An incorrect play of the ball. And Staunton comes up with an error.
Wow, it's an absolute killer, isn't it? You know, Staunton, he makes contact with the boot. Unfortunately, it goes forward first. That's not a fatigue thing. He's fresh onto the field. And look at that, the head shake says it all, doesn't it, from Willie Peters? He doesn't have to say anything, doesn't have to slam his pen down, his fist down. That look says it all.
Yeah, it does. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Castleford St Helens live on Sky Sports Arena. Lee Salford as well. And plenty of NRL on Saturday. The Tigers take on the Knights at 6 AM. The Dragons take on the Rabbitohs and the Storm Sharks, so triple header on Saturday before Huddersfield take on Wigan and Catalans take on Leeds. Sky Sports Arena for that one. Round completes with London Hull on Sunday. The problem for Hull KR is that despite this great start to the second half, they've only managed 1 try, and if Warrington can hit back with a try of their own, then it turns the game back again as Williams on the last tackle goes high. Hall waits, Ulysses after him, but Hall knew he was coming, sets himself and takes the catch.
Well, they're 10 points behind, another score from Hull KR, and that's in it. The game's in the balance. Hull KR's different. This is a different Hull KR side in this second half to what we've seen. Maybe because they're under pressure. Maybe it's because of what the coach has said.
Yeah, either way, it is in the balance. Hull KR did lead late on in that opening meeting before Dufty's late try snatched victory for the Wolves. Here now is Evalds, gets it away to Broadbent. Good sliding defence, but they don't make the tackle. Broadbent eventually goes to ground. Try was lucky there, to grab out, didn't he, Broadbent? Last one. Dufty, what's his confidence like now? Sets himself and catches this one. Brings it forward.
It was a bit different on that occasion. There was no pressure on Dufty when he got that ball. Matt Parcell is now onto the field for Hull KR. Give him a bit of lift now. Oh, dummy half. Jez Litton's done an amazing job.
He has dragged his team back off the canvas.
A bit more speed now from Matt Parcell. Just trying to test Warrington around that ruck area as those bigger men get tired.
Yeah, now they move it away to Williams. Gets it away. Hall went for Dusty. Ball on the ground. Thewlis collects it. Lewis collects him. Better defensive effort from the Robins in this half for sure. Harrison carries. He's put to ground short of the halfway line. Williams just hammers the kick low. Evans gets a nice bounce. He'll pick it up on the 20. Heads off in field. Is he thinking about a pass? Well, if he was, he chose to hold on to it in the end, and he's wrapped up just outside his own 20-metre area. We've got a quarter of this game to go. And the Robins are still alive and kicking here. Can Warrington put them away, or are we in for a grandstand finish?
I think this is all about speed. Now, for Hull KR, how quick they can play the ball. What can the back three do to get them going forward? You know, Matt Parcell on fresh legs behind dummy half. You've got Tyrone May who's crying out for the ball along with Mikey Lewis.
Lovely short pass there, but good defence from Warrington. Again, the quick play of the ball. Here's Hadley, finds Lewis, short to Tanganoa. Tanganoa bumps one off. Now a trademark bump off, can't find an offload. Last one, they're inside the 40 again. Lewis comes, he's not got too many outside him, so he sends it high. A tester for Thewlis. Broadbent jumps, and the ball bounced. Now, who did that bounce off? It's gone into touch, and it is going to be a Warrington ball.
Well, Jack Broadbent, when this ball goes up, he's trying to just time his run. Look, he just slows up, then he accelerates to try and get the ball. I don't think he even touches that ball. It just goes out on the full. Josh Thewlis not making a play for it.
He's looked at home, hasn't he, Jack Broadbent? Newly signed from Castleford. Couple of tries in his opening 2 appearances for Hull KR. To the 20 come Warrington. Well, we're watching from high up in the stand, and we're looking away to our left where Warrington are defending. Is there a chance here for a counter-attack? Dufty is going to be wrapped up right on the 40-metre line. Not gone down that side as much in this second half.
It has been better defence. They've been pushing back, haven't they, and waiting for teammates.
Yeah, sorry, a scruffy offload there, though, Terry. That was a bit high risk, wasn't it? Ball on the ground. One has to just take the tackle. Here now goes Harrison again. He's wrapped up. Again, Warrington has stopped inside their own half of the field. Need a kick down the field on the full. Evans will catch it. Evans races forward. Up to the 20. He will get the pass away. Thewlis again, defensively, has been so good tonight.
He's been outstanding, hasn't he? No, he's been under pressure at times. He's come up with all the right answers. And Warrington now second play. Will look to try and dominate Hull KR. Well, let me tell you, there'll be some weary legs in both of these sides here.
Well, let me tell you, Ryan Hall is just getting some treatment to a leg injury down below us. Looks to be in a little bit of pain, hopefully nothing too serious. Had a couple of times where the ball has bounced agonisingly away from him near the try line. Here now goes Parcell. Powell wraps him up. Oh, he's hobbling back into the attacking line, but this is the last one. Ball with Lewis. Goes high, a swirling bomb. They're going to let this bounce. Which way will it bounce? Will it bounce kindly for Hull KR? Ball picked up eventually by Drinkwater. That could have gone anywhere.
Well taken from Josh Drinkwater. The way he pulled that ball in then, because he was under a bit of pressure. Hull KR now, they're just trying to up the ante. Just have a little look how he takes it now off his hip, brings it back in.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of fortune, and Warrington got the bounce there. And now they're back in possession, and now they're coming forward. Good shot goes in there. All with Vaughan, over halfway he comes. He's wrapped up, last one, they're still 40 away. Powell gets the ball away. A little step out of pressure here from Williams, turns it back to Dufty. Dufty going straight up the middle. He's taken down. Brilliant one-on-one tackle from Evolds.
Well, Night Levels, one of the quickest fullbacks in the competition. George Williams did a decent job just to send Dufty through, who again's got plenty of speed. Look at him calling for that. It's a hard pass to pull off that George Williams. Back against the grain, but good positioning from Night Levels.
The speed of the thought and then the speed of Dufty almost caught their teammates out. There was nobody there with them. Tanganoa crashes into a tackle. 15 remaining. Warrington still leads. Good carry up the middle from the Robins. Well, if they do go home without the spoils tonight, Hull KR, they will lament that first half performance when they conceded 3 tries down there, right-hand side of their defence.
You know, if they lose this game, they'll look back on that at the end of the year. I think that's a game that we absolutely blew.
Well, here they come now. They might be getting through the line. Great tackle on Evolds, who's done well to hang on to that. This time it was Williams and Ty with a tackle. High kick. Should be gathered by Ashton. Is gathered by Ashton. Looking to come forward, tackled 10 off his own line.
Yeah, just 5 metres too long, that kick for Hull KR. They couldn't quite get there to put pressure on Warrington at the back. And Warrington now, if you noticed over the last 10 minutes, they're just playing off hard work. Some big go forward from them. Alexa Ben Curry leading the charges. Harrison stepping up here to carry the next one.
Well, their mindset, 15 minutes left, they don't make any errors, they're going to win the game, aren't
just
they?
Do the hard work here, get through to your kick.
Here's the 40-20 effort. Evolds is springing across, he's so quick, collects it on the full. He'll bring it forward. The chase is a decent one, but he gets up to the 30.
Instead of going for the carry off the ruck, Sam Powell kicking on the 4th plate, just trying to turn Hull KR around. And that asks questions of their forwards as well. Keep turning their big men around. They've got to get back behind it, the ball to carry it forward.
Here's Burgess looking for some metres, gets to the halfway line, wants a quick play of the ball. Ball works its way now to Hadley, gets it to Lewis. Here's Tanganoa. Tanganoa well met by Curry, who got enough of his man to help him to the ground. Parcell, Hadley. Hadley takes it alone. He's inside the 40. Last one incoming for the Robins. They need to get busy quickly. May's going to stand up the kick. Dufty's coming into some pressure. Comes up with a catch. Matt Dufty, excellent.
Yeah, comes up with it when it matters, doesn't it? Mikey Lewis was putting pressure on the fullback. You know, if they can just set up on the right-hand side of the post, Hull KR, and then just get Kalepi Tanganoa with a one-on-one with a Warrington defender. Every time he carries the ball, he looks really dangerous.
Yeah, Ryan Hall is struggling to get back in the defensive line at the moment. Down on this near side, and the teammates might be struggling on the other side as well as Warrington go through the hands. King is tackled. Quick play of the ball and a scoop from Ashton. Last one. Time is Warrington's friend here, just over 12 remaining. As a kick downfield. Bounces nicely for Evolds. 18-4 at the break, only 4 second half points. Courtesy of that Mikey Lewis. Wonderful finish.
Well, George Williams, he was looking for the sideline then. Just trying to slow this game down.
Here come the Robins, sliding defence. Ty gets enough of his man, and Thewlis is there again.
Well, it's always dangerous playing against a team that's got nothing to lose away from home. 10 points behind. A team that's had 2 really big wins. Look at that, Ryan Hall going across the field. Well, he should have gotten down. He's gone behind one of his own men. And he's got to go down on one knee. And when you've got the left winger going across the field, trying to link up on the right-hand side, trying to organise plays, you can see, look, he's going behind. He goes behind Jai Whitbread. He's got to drop to his knee like a voluntary tackle. He doesn't do that. And Ryan Hall, well, let me tell you, obviously, he's scored plenty. I'm not so sure that he's created plenty like that by running the ball.
Just feels like Warrington might just have done enough defensively here. There's still enough time, more than enough time for Hull KR here. And Warrington are just taking a moment. They've not had any ball down that other end of the field, have they, since the opening couple of minutes of the half?
Yeah, well, Hull KR have had all the ball, that seems to have had all the position. They've had, believe it or believe it not, they've had more possession in this game than Warrington, but still find themselves behind on the scoreboard.
Despite the fact it's 3 tries to 2 in favour of Sam Burgess' side, it's the goal kicking of Fewlis that really does give them that breathing space. A 10-point advantage here. 11 to go. One more score might do it for Warrington. Powell finds Curry. Short pass taken in. And the tackle made. 5 away. Are they going back to that left edge to finish off Rovers for the night? They are now. Here's Williams, stabs a kick through the queuing up, but a great interception from Evalds, knocks it dead and keeps the Robins in this match.
Yeah, exactly, he's kept them in the game, but again it's a clever kick, isn't it, from George Williams. I'm loving seeing Ben Curry play it loose forward. Normally when he's a back rower, he's just hitting lines on the outside, but you watch him this year under Sam Burgess, he looks so intelligent with the ball.
Didn't go short, opted to kick it away from the line. Here comes Curry now, ramping up. 20 metres away. Warrington are 10 minutes away from going top of the Super League tonight. Crowther. Powell waits, gets it away to Drinkwater. Drinkwater to Duffy, short pass to Nicholson. Nicholson trying to power his way through. He slammed to the ground a couple of metres away. They wanted a set restart, they're not going to get one, they're going to try and pinch one from close in. And the referee wants to have a look at this, but I think we can see the ball is on the chest of the defender.
Initially
setting it up as no try.
To the play the ball. If not, confirm held up.
So we've got tackle 3, no try. First of all, we're checking boring through the player, and then we're going to go into held up. So are the Hull KR players materially disadvantaged by this play? That's what we need to establish. So we just go on from here. So Ty picks up the ball. So we just take it back. Is Mikey Lewis materially disadvantaged? That's what we need to establish. So there is contact by Nicholson on Lewis, which prevents him from making the initial impact on the tackle. Thank you, I've made a decision.
I don't think this one's going to go down too well with the home faithful here. It is no try. James Vella, the official in the middle.
No tries, a penalty.
And he's going to give a penalty to Hull KR for interference from Nicholson at the play of the ball.
Yeah, well, you can see Nicholson, when he plays the ball, he just gets hold of Mikey Lewis. Even though the outcome's still the same, he doesn't get the ball down, they don't concede the try. They've helped Hull KR get out of trouble here now. Mikey Lewis has got a decent 20 metres for his side with the kick, but Willie Peters knows that he's running out of trouble here, or running out of time, sorry, and they're in trouble.
9 and change to go. Warrington were 18 points nil up inside half an hour here. Tries for Broadbent and Lewis have given Hull KR a flicker of a chance, but they've had a couple of opportunities where they've spilt possession or not quite executed as they would have liked. Still time for the men in pink. Here now is Evalds, flicks it back to Hall. Hall runs in tight. And a tackle made. They're over the halfway line though. Not quite now or never, but getting pretty close to it. Here's May. Moves it along for Hiku. Hiku goes to ground. Last one. You need a little bit of magic or a little bit of fortune. May kicks over the top. Dufty underneath it. Well, the guys mentioned it at half-time. As here's Dufty, gets it away to Fewlis. Fewlis down the sideline, cuts in. He's still going, Fewlis. He's still going over the half once again, they've turned the ball over, and now the counter-attack is on for Warrington.
Yeah, you're right. I think Josh Rulis is having an absolute blinder today. Nice
Great
play.
hands. Here's Harrison up the middle. Can't get the ball away. Crowther it was. Hull KR on the ropes. Is the knockout blow coming in here? It might just be. Ball out wide. Flying finish. I'm not sure the Aston Express has got this one down. James Vella will want to have a look. Just takes a moment.
Based on the touchline.
Speaks to his assistant.
Marcus Mates tackle free. I have no try.
No try, the
No
decision.
try, confirmed knock-on.
Let's find out.
So we have a live decision of no try, tackle free. So we're checking touch in the ground. So in this point, he's in the field of play when he jumps. However, there is clear separation between the ball and the hand. So we can just keep going here to see where the ball ends up. And the ball, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you, I've made a decision.
No try. Couldn't get the ball down. And once again, James Vella and the assistants have got it right on the first call.
Yeah, well, that's all we want, isn't it? And they've been very good in this game. Peter Hick, who 7 years ago spent time at Warrington, probably kept Hull KR in this game, but they need a big 8 minutes.
They do. Ball working its way across the field. Now time is the enemy of the Robins. We had a golden point game last week. Are we going to get one here tonight? Well, we need a try, Evans.
Well, we needed someone on the shoulder on the inside. You could see him looking for it.
Lewis swings it to May. May gets it away. Batchelor carries inside the 40, still going. Drinkwater gets his man. 3 tackles left. Get the feeling they need something here. At the very least, another set if they can. May finds Hadley. Hadley takes it into the teeth of the line to find Lewis. Lewis ducks under 1, ducks under 2. Still going. Couldn't get the pass away. Tanganoa was desperate for it. Are they going to go short side? No, they're going to May. May with a big miss out pass. If they can get it out wide, there could be a chance. Reaching for the line. Needed one more pass. Last tackle incoming here. The Robins looking. Get it to May. Needs to find a pass. Gets it to King. Finds Lewis. There are bodies here. Kicks it out wide for Hall. Oh, he batted it back. He batted it back, and surely if he catches that, he goes over the line.
Wow. You think he goes for it? Well, I was saying before, it's amazing what that scoreboard does when you're under a bit of pressure. It's a nice kick. It goes up, yeah, he takes that ball in cleanly. It goes over the line.
He catches that. Dufty is not stopping him from 2 yards out.
That's going through his mind already. Betting my bottom dollar. He's thinking, I should have took that in.
Well, that was the chance on both sides. The Robins 1 pass short on the right and 1 catch short on the left. Warrington have not had a lot of ball second half. They've gutsed it out defensively. They got the damage done first half, Warrington. And they are going to be, as it stands, top of the Super League tonight with 8 wins from 11 games.
Look, to be successful and win trophies in Super League, you've got to show that not only can you score points, but you can defend. And I think they've done that in this game.
Williams goes high, a spiral, a tester at the back. Well caught by the Robins. Now we are in Musco territory.
Yeah, well, Warrington now, they just want to close this game out. They'll need a big 5 minutes. And Hull KR are going to start throwing the ball around. It seems like they've shifted the ball from left to right.
Oh, penalty, this will help.
Yeah, it will. It's just what can they do with it, with the 6 players that they're going to have. Again, it's good footwork. Bit of a shot up high from Harrison. Big kick. And they're 30 metres now from Warrington's line. They must score this set of 6, though.
They must. Ball now works its way to Evalds. Short pass, Tanganoa. I think he's done pretty well tonight. Found game time limited at Warrington, but former PNG Hunter, stood up well tonight. Here now, ball taken forward by King. 4 minutes remaining. 2 tries and a goal needed to take us to golden point. It's not done yet. May gets it away, quick hands, good defence. Ashton this time off the touchline.
It was that first ball that was needed to Burgess then. They had him on the edge.
A game of 2 halves. Is the drama done yet? The Robins trying, probing. 15 metres short of the line. Tackles and time running out. Have to score here. Not the best pass to Whitbread. Just lost a little bit of momentum. Can't find an offload. Who's going to produce the magic to keep the Robins in it? They're going to have to play the ball again here. Not sure what's happened there.
And then it would just check and see how Jordan Crowther was. He looked a bit wobbly on the floor.
Okay, fair point.
Okay, on last.
Ball now coming to this near side. Lewis sends up the kick. Hall after it this time. Batted back and just went over the line. That was risky from Warrington.
I think it was Josh Thulis on that occasion that taps that ball back. Well, it's right on the money, that kick. Ryan Hall is going for it. It is Thulis. Not taking any chances with that kick. Knowing that the big man Ryan Hall is in the vicinity looking to catch that ball. And the penny for that man's thoughts, Willie Peters.
Well, the penny is, if they'd have played like this in the first half, fellas, we'd have won. But they didn't, and they haven't. Oh, that's it. That's it. One mistake too many. Night Levels has been pretty much perfect tonight, but he just took his eye off it.
Yeah, he's been excellent, hasn't he? His acceleration when he catches that ball causes teams trouble. I'm saying that everyone expects so much from Hull KR now when they turn up. The job that Willie Peters has done, like I said about him, he's transformed this team over the last couple of years. Out of contract at the end of the year, and if you're a Hull KR's board, you try and get a deal done with him ASAP.
He's not managed to beat Warrington yet. Warrington did the double last year, and they're going to do the double again here tonight. Oh, striking at the scrum. What's that all about? You'll remember that, Terry.
Back in the day.
Don't strike to the balls in, just hold it. Hold that way, get it down, stay in.
Warrington almost there. I mentioned right at the start, this run that they are on, as Ty bumps off one. I mentioned this run that they are on of conceding points. Barring, they've been pretty good, haven't they? Week in, week out defensively. Not conceded too many. Warrington.
They've been very good. They've been thereabouts. Like I said, that the 3 losses that they've had this year is by 5 points, 8 points and 6 points. 2 of them defeats for Sam Burgess has come against Catalan, the other one against Salford, and they were beaten by 5 points. So they are thereabouts. They're always competing, and that's what Sam Burgess' team looks like.
This is going to be the 4th time in the last 6 games they've conceded less than 10.
Yeah, well, good teams are built on strong defence, aren't they?
Ah, they might be about to put some strong attack on here just to wrap it up. King chips ahead. They're trying to let it run dead, but they'll have to take it out. And Hull KR are not going to be top of the table tonight, despite a very good second half showing. Only the 4 points, but Sam Burgess and Warrington are. Thumbs up from Sam. 11 rounds in. The Wolves are top of the pile. High, short restart. Did it go 10? I don't think it did, and that will be a penalty. Well, it was worth the gamble, but Willie Peters' side have given themselves too much to do. Job done for Sam Burgess and Warrington. A routine kick from right in front of the posts will wrap up the spoils here tonight. Willie Peters' side, well, we'll go back to the drawing boards. Good wins over Wigan and St Helens. They've got the cup next week. But they'll need to be better than this.
Yeah, but I said it before, didn't I? Like what you listen to what coaches say before the game when they're interviewing. Jenna Brooks said to him, what do you want from this side? He said, I want us to start better. We didn't start well against Saints. We got the result that we wanted, but we conceded some soft tries. We need to start better against Warrington, and that's what I'm after. And they didn't do it, Mark, when it needed to be done.
Well, that youngster will be enjoying his night tonight. Sam Burgess will as well. Damage done first half when Warrington led 18 points to 0. Maddie Ashton with a try. King with 2. Broadbent and Lewis gave the Robins hope, but they couldn't get within a score. Dufty and Warrington on top of the Super League pile tonight. They beat Hull KR by 20 points to 8.
Mark Terry, thank you very much. Yes, 12 the difference. But in fairness, Sam Tompkins and Danny Maguire, there was really only one side in it for large parts of this game.
Yeah, I thought Hull KR were poor tonight. You know, compared to how they've been in recent weeks. I thought Warrington were very, very slick first half, caused them massive problems. Now, the start of the second half, Hull KR, you know, they got the rub of the green. They started playing a little bit more front foot. The difference was they weren't getting tested on an edge because they were actually playing with the ball in Warrington's half, something they hadn't done for the first 40. So, you know, a few positives for Hull KR in that small period, but overall Warrington very convincing.
So Sam will be able to say, Sam Burgess, we were very good in the first 40 minutes. We built up that 14-point lead. And when Hull KR came at us, as inevitably they would, we were able to defend whatever they threw at us.
I think we spoke about pre-game about Warrington's resilience, and I think they showed that in bucket loads in the second half. Hull KR turned the possession stats around, had lots of ball, but Warrington just kept repelling them. And that, to me, is a team that's connected, that's working hard for each other. And I'm not going to put words into Sam Burgess's mouth, but I'm pretty sure he'll be really pleased with the second half defensive performance.
Yes, he did. When you have a look at the stats, he did. It swung Hull KR's way. A lot of missed tackles from Warrington that compared to the first half. A lot more errors in the second half from Warrington compared to the first half. But yet they weren't breached, bar that one opportunity at one time by Mikey Lewis.
Yeah, Hull KR have got some talented players that are going to cause some problems. So inevitably they were going to have a spell of that game where they had the ball and put pressure on Warrington. They didn't really crack. Even the try from Mikey Lewis. It was a bit of a bizarre one. A really scrappy set, a knockdown kick, a dive in the corner. So I think they can almost write that one off. I think other than that they were very good.
Both had a lot to prove tonight. It's how we opened up the show. Both Hull KR and Warrington had a lot to prove. You would say Hull KR left us with questions. I think Warrington Wolves answered what we asked pre-game.
Yeah, I think so. I think Warrington have probably given us more answers than Hull KR. I think there's some key personnel missing for Hull KR as well. Elliot Minicella is the cog that makes the Rovers machine work. So I think he's a big loss. But they showed a lot of desire and determination in that second half. So there'll be some positives to take forward into the semi-final next week. But I totally agree. I thought Warrington were outstanding pretty much from minute 1 to minute 80.
Yes, both Hull KR and Warrington head into next week's Challenge Cup semi-finals. Let's hear from the player of the match. This is becoming a familiar pairing. Jenna Brooks and Josh Thulis.
And that head being strapped as well, Brian. Josh Thulis, congratulations. You are once again, second week in a row, the Betfred player of the match. That was a huge win tonight. Tell us why.
Yeah, it was a big win. We're making good steps every week now. We're getting close to that team that we want to be, and obviously it's no secret that the Super League's really tight at the top at the moment, so there's some big games coming up, but we're week by week at the minute, and I thought our first half tonight was outstanding.
Yeah, that was a massive game. You mentioned it there. It is tight. Warrington have gone top. Sound good?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that, but it's always nice to be at the top of the table, but we're not looking at that just yet. We know one slip up and you could be back at 6th. That's where the league is at the minute. Very competitive, so yeah, we're week by week and we're building nicely.
Let's talk about that first half that you mentioned there. It seemed that you really terrorised their right edge. Was that the game plan?
No, I don't think it was the game plan. Gleeson's got us playing eyes up. He's a master of his trade, and I think they did that left edge. I personally don't believe I should be wearing this medal. Toby and Matty Ashton on that left side were absolutely... they were really hot tonight, and I think they showed that. And nice couple of tries, and you know, I think we're pleased with our defence tonight. We let 2 tries in. You know, it's a tough game. OK are a great side, so yeah, we're building nicely.
You are modest, Josh. I just saw Martin Gleeson, who you mentioned there, give you the thumbs up. What's he going to say to you after that performance?
You know, he's massive at playing our game at the minute. You know, whoever we play against, we're going to play our game, and I think that's something that he's really held to. And you know, we're proud of the brand of rugby we play at the minute. And like I said, he's a master of his trade. You know, he's an outstanding coach, and he's just got us playing this great rugby.
Josh Houlis, congratulations. Once again, you are the Betfred Player of the Match.
Thank you.
Yeah, what a few rounds he has had. A hat-trick last week against Hull FC from the west side of that Rugby League Mad City, and now the side from the east went down to a Warrington, or Josh Houlis inspired Warrington Wolves performance. Sam, you picked him as player of the match. Why?
I just thought all his involvements were great. You know, he averages over 11 metres a carry, which is huge as an average. As well as that, his goal kicking. His goal kicking kept Hull KR out of this game. You know, for a long period, it was, you know, 3 tries to 2, but it's 18-8, and they knew they had to go down the other end and score 2, potentially 3 tries, because Hull KR's goal kicking's horrible, and he was kicking them perfectly every time, and you know, it can sometimes get overlooked in rugby league. You know, we're not like rugby union where we're obsessed with it, but you know, it's 4 points for a try, and sometimes we forget. You know, goal kicking's huge.
It's a great point. 18-8. Had Mikey Lewis been successful with his attempts, 18-12. Different game psychologically for both sides.
Yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue for OKR. It's something that you want to try and fix up. They've signed Danny Richardson from Castleford, who's a fantastic goal kicker. But where can he slot into the team? You know, where's he going to play? So it's an issue for him going forward.
OK, let's hear from the coaches. Sam Burgess shortly. Let's start with Willie Peters.
Yeah, the head coach of Hull KR is alongside me. Willie Peters, how do you make sense of that?
Yeah, I thought our start obviously was poor. You know, disconnection on that right edge. But what I'm really happy about was the way that we fought back. I mean, the way Warrington started and the way we were playing, that could have blown out. We had a half time and the boys regrouped, and I was happy with that second half in terms of, you know, we gave ourselves an opportunity.
You mentioned the words connected at half-time. That right edge didn't seem connected in that first half. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, I don't know. We need to work on it, there's no doubt, because there's a lot of experience there. Yeah, we spoke about that at half-time. They were just doing different things. You know, one was going in and one was hanging back, and when the other one was hanging back, one was flying off the line. So we'll certainly look at that during the week. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot of experience in that right edge, and they'll fix it.
If you did have that 80 minutes again, is there anything you would do or say differently to the team?
Say again, sorry.
If you had that 80 minutes again, is there anything you do or say differently to your team?
Look, we'd want to start better. There's no doubt about that. The start hurt us, but as I said, I was happy the way we came back, and it was just key moments in that second half. We didn't win some key moments, and we let ourselves down. There's a couple of unforced errors. If we handle those, then who knows where we end up. But as I said, happy with that second half.
Well, a big game next week. It's semi-final of the Challenge Cup. What will get your attention first?
Yeah, defence. We need to work on our defence. It's something that, you know, leaking 20 points, and we did it last week as well. So we're not proud of that. So attack will come. You know, that's fine. It's mainly defence that we want to work on.
Willie, best of luck for the semi-final next week. Bad luck tonight.
Cheers. Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you. We'll bring in your opposite number, Sam Burgess. Warrington atop of Super League. Is that a win that fills you with pride?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance, pretty comprehensive. The first half I thought we were really good with the ball. We created a lot of opportunities and probably missed a couple. But they're a great defensive side, so if you're going to score, they have to score good ones. So. And I think in the second half, our defence was good, so until the two halves really, we just scrambled, and there was a long cycle where the ball was in play for a long time, and we came out the other end of it, so I was really happy.
Just on the first half, would you say that's the best 40 minutes of your coaching career so far?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's up there. I mean, there's not many of them. I've only been coaching for 2 minutes, so there's not many to pick from. But it was, these things. I think we'd left two tries out there in the first half, and we could have put them to bed, and we probably left one in the second half. But you know, like I said, they're an unbelievable team. You know, but it's great to get the victory here.
Next week, semi-final of the Challenge Cup. I mean, this sets you up nicely, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've been building, but we've got a few days off now, so I'll think about that on Monday. But yeah, the guys are all looking forward to it. It's such a great occasion, isn't it, to have the ability to play at Wembley. But there's 80 minutes between there and Wembley, so we'll look forward to next week when it comes.
Sam Burgess, good luck for next week and congratulations on a massive win tonight.
Thanks, Jenna. Thank you.
Yes, indeed, a very big 2 points for Sam Burgess and the Warrington Wolves against one of those sides you feel they will be battling with for a top 6 place. All right, there's big Sam Burgess. Big Ryan Hall joins Sam Tompkins, Danny Maguire and myself here pitch side. First of all, your thoughts on the game in its entirety.
I think the damage was done to ourselves in the first half. The energy battle, they'd won it by half-time. To be fair to Warrington, they were red hot first half. They took some control. The ruck speed was too fast for us, and that just rolled us pretty much every set. And we ended up down in our defending our try line quite too much, more than what we wanted to. So the damage was done. Why? It's hard. Obviously, I've not looked at any vision yet, and I don't want to blame it on the previous weeks, but we've had a big 2 weeks. You know, I think a lot's been made of that, and we just didn't back it up again today. I know I've seen somewhere that we don't play very well out of a HU postcode. That's proven true, unfortunately. We don't want that to be true. I'm going to make that not true. We've got to get out there and do it.
We spoke pre-game about trying to be a club with consistency, so the gap between your worst performances and the best performances was narrowed right down. We saw that Catalan defeat and then backed it up with those great wins against Wigan and St Helens. Almost a step backwards tonight in a sense. Yeah, massively. Like I said, first half, in boxing terms, you know, a jab on the nose. You know, they come out on the front foot and hit us. We did some scrambling in the second half. I think we performed better in the second half, but Warrington did enough to defend us. I want to hear Sam's take on Mikey Lewis's try and then maybe your response to it. So, Sam, take us through this try. Scored brilliantly by Mikey Lewis in the end, but a breakdown very much in Hull KR's attack as they built up to it.
Yeah, the second half, Hull KR managed to play with the ball in Warrington's half, but the set building up to the try was really, really clunky. Now, we referenced it earlier on in the piece today, you know, about Mikey Lewis needing to take control. You know, him and Tanganoa get into a little bit of an argument here. They both run into the same hole. You know, that's not what you'd want as a half-back. Tanganoa's giving it him back a little bit. You know, the set goes on with no real conviction. Comes to play 4, they've got shape both sides of the field. A ball goes to 2 middles that shouldn't be getting the ball. Again, no real direction. And then Mikey Lewis, last minute, gets in position for a last play. And what he comes up with is a little bit of luck at the start and then shows exactly why he's the player he is, because he can score a brilliant try. So I think that set in its entirety almost sums up Mikey Lewis as an individual. Fair comment?
Yeah, absolutely fair. Hit the nail on the head. Clunky. You can sum that try up, you know, as our full game. You know, pretty rubbish for most of it, and then, you know, finished off pretty well. Our second half was good, but yeah, Mikey, like Sam says, got a bit of X factor, and that's what makes him the player. He scores a try in the corner. I don't know the ruling. What happened there? Did he put on his foot? And I was looking at the screen with no sound. But what was given for the try?
Just straight try.
You thought it might have been a penalty try?
Yeah, we were talking in the huddle, maybe 8 points.
Sorry, 8-point try.
Yeah, because
foul play.
He used his foot.
I think he put it on the foot.
I think we might be clearing the touch
I think he more put it on. Danny?
Yeah, I just want to make a point. We spoke a little bit pre-game about Mikey's game evolving, and in a couple of years' time, Mikey Lewis will be taking control in these areas. He'll be owning the game. He'll be finishing the sets in the right position. At the minute, we see flashes of brilliance every week that gets the whole stadium on the feet. And that's where Mikey's at the minute, but he's developing, he's working on his game, and he's going to get there. He will get there, but it might just take a little bit of time.
Develop into the player that Danny Maguire was. And Danny Maguire, of course, holds that Super League record, 247 tries. I know you're loath to speak about it, but we had Danny here in anticipation maybe of you equaling his record. You're on 246. Danny helped our production staff to go back through a lot of your games, and he found out an opportunity you had to maybe be 247 right now. Have a look at this and tell me if you remember this. This came against Hull KR many moons ago.
I think I know. I drop it, don't I? I run around and drop it, yeah. Jesus Christ. What were you putting that one on for? Jesus. I've forgotten about that one.
Beep comes in to console you straight away.
I'm pretty sure I would have come over and give you a spray as well, Ryan,
I think you might have done, yeah, Jesus. What am I doing? Yeah.
You have scored some great ones. It's going to be an obvious story. We're delighted to make much of it. I know you're disappointed and you're dealing with the defeat today, but it is such a phenomenal record that you're going to, you would hope, equal and then break as well. We asked you for your favourite try. in all of these, and it comes in at the highest stage the Super League can offer, a grand final.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you think about your career and stuff like that, I think it's my first try and the first big game. I think that's why it's my favourite. Brian McLennan said after this game he's never seen me kick, which is pretty accurate. I remember, you know, in the hotel before we set off to the game, I don't know why, but there was a football out and we had 10 minutes to kill and we were playing one touch, you know, like Barcelona. I would say about like Barcelona, when we're standing in a circle and we pass to each other, just playing one touch. We'd never done that before, and that must have been in my head when that happened. And, you know, so I think that was my favourite try. Yeah.
If you're resigned to lose that record to this man, it's going to sit on a pretty big shoulders and deserving shoulders.
I've got it for another week, Brian, so I've still got the mantle for another week, so I'll go home smiling tonight. But I've said it before, you know, records are there to be broken, and obviously one of my best pals as well, so he'll deserve it when he gets there, but he's got to wait another week.
Ollie, at some point I think you are gonna break it, but how much do you owe this man here for the fact that you're so close to his record?
I'm going to say, have you got some stats for how many assists he's got?
Well, I'm going to get him.
I'm going to find him.
Yeah, I think you need more than two hands to count him. Yeah, he's certainly. We talked about Michael Lewis and his development earlier.
You would point to Danny.
I'd point at Danny because I see a young Danny Maguire in Michael Lewis. Obviously, Mikey spent a lot of his, you know, end of his teens, you know, working with Danny, and you can see a lot of Danny in there, and that's, well, it's a decent player to learn from. And you know, as long as that continues, if it turns out like Danny, you know, a whole block, that'd be great.
Okay, Ryan Hall, we thank you very, very much for your time.
Cheers.
And we wish you all the best in the pursuit of Danny Maguire's record. And in the Challenge Cup semi-finals next week. We'll say goodbye to Ryan. I'll take that microphone off you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll hold on to this. Hope I don't use... there you go. Dave Redfern, World Cup winner. Safest hands on our production team. Okay, we got 5 and 5. 5 more live Super League games to bring you this weekend from round 11. You'll see them all with us here on Sky Sports. Okay, let's put 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get you back on your spot. And it's you against St. Helens that are going to kick us all off, the Castleford Tigers. Life resurgence scene in that draw with Lee, a spectacularly entertaining game. You're going up against a side that are going to respond, though, to the defeat against Hull KR. Yeah, we're expecting a better St Helens. You know, we found a little bit of form. I think we've got some consistency over the last month. Enjoying what we're doing, playing some good attacking, consistent, and I feel like we're developing as a team and as a club, and yeah, we're excited. It'll be a big challenge, but I think we can do it. Saints won twice at Cass last year, I should say. They are going to respond. There's question marks being asked about St Helens. They will fire back. Yeah, I think Cass will win easily. Cheers, Sam. No, unfortunately not, Danny. Sorry. I think Saints, they don't lose very often, 2 on the trot. Last week, they'll be so disappointed conceding so many points. I'd expect a big response from Saints. I think they'll be too strong. Okay, and you've got Castleford to win by? Win by 10. Oh, gee, I'll tell you what. Not even golden point. You brought us the first golden point of the year. Let's get on to Lee against Salford. Lee will be very disappointed with not sealing out that victory against you. Maybe one of the results of the round was Salford going to Huddersfield and doing the job that they did on Ian Watson's team. How good have they been this year, Salford? I mean, Paul Rowley's doing an unbelievable job there, and every week they turn up and play consistently well. They've got some outstanding players. I think they've probably got the best 2 centres in the competition at the minute. Laffey and McDonald just outstanding. And I said pre-game, I think Lee's standing in the table is probably false, and I fancy Lee to get the win tomorrow. Right, Salford have already had a victory there. I'm thinking Salford again. You know, I think they've been really good this year. They've been in some tough battles in recent weeks. I think this could be the round of the game of the round. I see it going really close with a real close win for Salford, 2 points. Okay, you've gone for Salford. Danny has been convinced by Adrian Lamb's side response in the Golden Point draw against Castleford last week. Let's move on to Huddersfield against Wigan, the champions entertaining the Giants. I would say when you look at the table, this is a really important game for the Huddersfield Giants to stay in touch with the top 6. Yeah, I think it's huge in context of the season. I know we're only 10, 11 games in, but I think for Huddersfield to have a real shot at staying in and around that 6, I think they probably need to win this game. But for me, Wigan are the best team in the competition, and I fancy them to go to Huddersfield and win. Yeah, you got a very close look to Catalan Dragons at just how good Wigan were. Absorbed a lot in that first half and kicked on in the second. Were relentless force. Yeah, I think Wigan are the only side in the competition at the moment that have got another gear to go to. So when you get in that arm wrestle, that real grind of a game,
Wigan are the team. You've also got to remember that they can probably go a step higher than anybody else in intensity. They proved that last week against Catalan Dragons. Second half, they couldn't stick with them. So I imagine more of the same from Wigan.
You got a Wigan win. You've got a...
Yeah, I'm a Wigan win. Yeah, a Wigan win.
OK, let's move on to the Catalan Dragons against the Leeds Rhinos Saturday evening on Sky Sports. And Sam, putting your Catalan Dragons cap on, I will say, you guys have got to respond to the last couple of weeks. You need to play well. You need to win as well.
Need to learn how to defend this week. You know, I think 2 weeks, you know, Catalan's conceding 60 points. It's, you know, simply not good enough. I imagine Steve McNamara will have been having a focus on that this week. You know, Leeds are missing a few as well. You know, not having some match winners in the side. People like Harry Newman in there is a huge blow for him. So, you know, I'm going for a Catalan win here.
Leeds' last trip there was a 61-0 defeat. Sam got the 1-pointer in that.
Well, yeah, I think Leeds have just lacked any consistency this season. I think injuries, a lack of form. I just can't see them going to Perpignan. It's never been a great hunting ground in the past, and I just can't see anything other than a Catalans win.
But Leeds are in that need-to-win territory. Stay in touch with us.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Yep, OK. Final game of the round. These are two sides that really had a difficult season so far. Hull FC building, they say, for 2025, but they've got a season here to complete. They're going down to the south, or to the capital, London Broncos, Hull FC. Look, get us excited about this one.
I mean, you've got to admire London. You've got to admire the persistence, and they keep scrapping away. And, you know, it's so tough. They just lack sort of quality and numbers and depth, but they turn up every week and have a go, and you've got to applaud that. But for me, it's a Hull FC win. They'll just have too much class and too much quality, and they'll win the game.
You say that. I'll give you a reason to watch this game. It was one of the more exciting games we've had this season. The only win Hull FC have got this year is against the London Broncos in a thriller over in Hull.
I think this is it. I think this is London's first win. I think.
Oh, really?
The closest they've been to winning. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one. They're going to win at some point. We've seen how bad Hull FC can be. I think this could be it. The closest they've been to a win was against this same side, so I think they'll be confident.
That's a fair point. Danny Maguire's not buying what you're selling, but I will be tuning in and texting you after the final whistle on Sunday on Sky Sports. OK, here's a reminder of what we've got coming up for you on Sky Sports. So much rugby league. Tomorrow, 2 games, Castleford St Helens and Lee and Salford, 5 to 8 on Sky Sports Arena, and an 8 o'clock kickoff on Action. Saturday's doubleheader starts with Huddersfield against Wigan. All gets underway at 5 to 3 on Arena, and it will be followed by the Catalan Dragons hosting the Leeds Rhinos. Sunday, as we've just discussed, round ending in the capital, 2:55 p.m. on Action for that one. And we've got a triple header from the NRL, all on Saturday to go, with 2 games from the Betfred Super League. 5 rugby league matches for you on Sky Sports this Saturday. Tigers Knights, a battle near the bottom of the table, 6 a.m. on Sky Sports Arena. Then the Dragons and Rabbits go head-to-head at 8:30 on Action. And then up near the top of the table, Storm against the Sharks, who are having a wonderful season, 10:45 a.m. on Action for that one as well. Well, thank you very much for your company here tonight on Sky Sports. My thanks as well to Sam Tompkins and to Danny Maguire, who is still the Super League record try scorer on 247. But Ryan Hall, well, he's knocking on the door. It wasn't to be for Ryan or for Hull KR tonight. It was Warrington's night. Congratulations to Sam Burgess and his side. Comprehensive victory in the end. 2 competition points. We'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.
Sky Sports. Feel it all.